is the reason for it.
Inspired by their true story.
For anyone who's gonna hold your attention on stage, you have to kind of be a freak.
Are you a freak?
Hope so.
And starring Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan. He defied everyone.
Turn it down!
Play loud!
To change everything.
Make some noise, BD.
Timothy Chalamet, Edward Norton, Elle Fanning, Monica Barbaro, a complete unknown. Now playing only in theaters. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
I'm Kevin Hurts. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
Coming up on the AutoZone halftime report, we'll look ahead to game 2 of our doubleheader between the Timberwolves and the Mavericks in Dallas. Victor Wembanyama's got 19 points. The Spurs lead the Knicks by 1. For the record, the most points scored on a Christmas Day debut, Wilt Chamberlain had 45, Sean Kelly and Alan Hahn back in 1959. That's the record. Back to you guys.
Wilt Chamberlain. There's some royalty here, by the way. Bernard King, more on that in a moment. 1-point game, 5:22 to go in the half. The shooting for New York, horrific. 3 of 18 from 3. So how are they only down 1 point here at home today?
Rebounding, defense, you know, that has been it. Second chance points because they've done a good job on the offensive glass. That has been it, but it has also been just the fact that their defense has held San Antonio in check as well, other than, of course, Wembanyama, who has 19 points.
Barnes, who started, catches top of the key. Into Sohan, drives into a lot of traffic, falls down, keeps the ball in his hands. It rolls out, stolen by Brunson. Power play to the other end. Brunson blows by Castle, lays it up and in, and Jalen Brunson with the layup to give him 9. Brunson had 38 here last year in a win against Milwaukee on Christmas. That's a lot, right? Well, not Bernard King-like, who's here today, as that's saved by Sohan out of bounds, but right in the hands of Bridges. Bridges on the break here, secondary break, and a pass tipped out of bounds to be last touched by San Antonio. King had 60 on Christmas Day 40 years ago this season. So great that he's here. Great that we're celebrating the 40th anniversary. Bernard King still the king of Christmas in the NBA when it comes to points.
So I've told him this. I've gotten to know Bernard King, and I've told him this. That game is what got me into basketball. It was Christmas Day. The game was on. I was more of a hockey fan growing up because in those days the Islanders were winning Stanley Cups left and right. And I watched that game, saw his performance, and I just started becoming, okay, I like this.
Your size leans toward basketball, by the way.
As though Zdeno Chara would say, no.
No. Out of the sideline inbound, Brunson pirouettes, shoots from the foul line, missed it with 4 on the shot clock. Rebound for Wembanyama, his 7th of the game. Knicks lead by 1. Castle, wing right for 3. Side iron, no good. Wembanyama just reached over Hart, and a loose ball foul is called. He was going for the rebound, and Hart's going to get called for the foul.
If
Hart's
I'm
like,
Josh
what
Hart,
am I doing?
If I'm Josh Hart, I am like, where did this arm come from? He thought he had this ball, and it's not an over-the-back foul. It's completely clean. He's just tall.
Nice backdoor cut, and a catch and a dunk thrown down by Devin Vassell. Put that in your stocking.
Great pass. Yeah, talk about a stocking stuffer. Off 2 feet, explosion.
1-point lead now for San Antonio. Hart for 3, no good straight away. Rebound tip by Wembanyama. Paul collides with Bridges, got away with it, and clears it. CP3 brings it up. Throws it corner left. Sohan out of the corner into Wemby. Out of a double lob to the rim. Missed alley-oop dunk, but a rebound by Wemby. Knocked out of his hands. Hart will clear it. New York on the attack, down 1. To the right wing. Bridges for 3. Woo! Back to New York is the lead. 49-47. And boy, Mikal Bridges has really turned his season around on shots like that.
6 for 6 as the Knicks are struggling. He is not.
Ball down the left slot. Peels off, baseline right. Face of the goal out of the right corner. Into the paint. Wembanyama lob to the rim. Dunked by Sohan. I can't tell with him, with his size, did he shoot it or lob it? That's how close it was.
Depends. He'll say it's a pass when he wants the assist.
Tied at 49. Brunson into the paint. Runner no good. Wembanyama with another rebound.
He is dominating this game, Sean.
Up the floor, Vassell walled off right of the goal. Out to Wemby. Deep angle right three. Back iron no good. Rebound by Hart. He's such a good rebounding guard. Hart clears it, brings it up himself. Hands to Bridges. Picks it up top of the arc, sends wing right to Brunson. Drives past CB3. Weak side, 2-pass touch here to the baseline. McBride drives to the rim. He missed it. Falls down. 4-on-4 to the other end. Castle dunks it with 2 hands. I mean, he cocked it behind his head. And the rookie posterizes Jalen Brunson, sending New York into a timeout.
We're starting to get some NBA action here right now, both ends of the floor, as the Knicks have opportunities against Wembanyama. Missed the layup, and the Spurs are trying to make highlight plays. First, Wembanyama with an alley-oop play, and then, of course, Castle, the UConn star, back at the Garden, where he starred in the Big East tournament.
51-49 as a result. 2:12 to go here in the first half. Here's the Wembanyama line. 19 points, 10 rebounds now on that last possession there. That gives him 12 double-doubles on the year and 4 blocks. The crazy thing about his blocks is this, and I love that we get all these measurements now, is that 4 assists, beg your pardon, he's nearing 4 blocks. On his blocks, Allen, his wrist height on average is 9 feet 4 inches. On his blocks this season, he leads the league in that category.
And to let everybody know, the rim is 10. And you're trying to put it in the rim at 10. So it does affect the trajectory of your attempts. And you have to say that the Knicks shooting, now the 3-pointers, that's another story. 4 of 20, that's in itself an issue for this team. But the Knicks in the paint have actually done a pretty good job. They're shooting over 60% in the paint in this game so far. They have 28 points in the paint. So he has affected them, but more in decision-making on what they're doing. A great example is just what we saw a few minutes ago. Deuce McBride has him one-on-one in the corner. Now, he's never going to get a 3-pointer off against that length. So he makes a ball fake, gets around him. But because of the presence of Wembanyama, he's thinking that he's behind me. Instead of dunking the basketball, he's trying to make a quick layup, and he missed the layup. Just little things like that might not statistically show in the box score. Presence that affects you. Dikembe Mutombo, same type of impact whenever he was on the floor.
New York ball out of the timeout, down 2. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half. Towns is back in. Bridges on the bounce here, wing right. Playing on that same side with Towns. Shoots a fader. It's good off the right baseline. Mikal Bridges.
7 for 7 now to start this game.
Ties the game at 51. Down the stretch we go. Under 2 minutes left in the half. Paul got his pocket pick, got it back, and saves it to Vassell between the circles. Off the high middle screen from Wemby. Pumps and fires off the foul line. He missed a 15-footer. Towns clears it. So Towns now with 5 rebounds to go with his double-figure points. Brunson catches top of the arc. Darts left of the Towns screen. He pops, catches, sends it wing right. Bridges works to the right baseline. Shoots on a fade again. Finally missed. Rebounded by Chris Paul. 1:18 to go in the half. Both teams have a foul to give here down the stretch in the period.
But they don't want Towns to give it.
Had 2 in the first quarter. Paul looks the man off. Hits it diving. Wembanyama, who catches and lays it in. Too easy. And another great assist for Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's masterful in that pick and roll. Remember Lob City days with the Clippers. He got guys open and got them easy buckets a lot.
53-51. Shoveled out to Hart. Entry pass on a bounce here. Block left. Towns doubled. Trying to step through it. Trying to get cute with it. Trying to pitch it over his shoulder. Stolen by Paul. On the break ahead. Lob to the rim. Alley-oop dunk thrown down by Sohan.
The transition bucket. That's 9 fast break points now for the Spurs.
Assisted by Castle. Those 2 players right now are trying to play right through the iconic ceiling here at Madison Square Garden. So 38 seconds left in the quarter. Spurs by 4. Brunson fakes the crossover, drives the nail, goes underneath the weak side cutting Bridges. Turns, shoots on a fade right of the lane, missed that. Rebounded by San Antonio. 19 to shoot, 23 to play here in the second quarter. And they'll space the floor. Ball on the Knicks logo, shooting at the end wire left. Waits, here comes Wembanyama, screams once, twice. Paul works around that. Bounce pass on a pop. Wemby for 3. Good straight away.
That was all Chris Paul.
Yep.
All of it was Chris Paul. set up the pick and roll perfectly, knew that he'd have to get the switch. Nothing Brunson can do to defend a long three from Wembanyama.
24 for Wemby. 3-2. Brunson wing left, step back three, no good. That's how the half comes to a close. Fitting that Wembanyama had the final bucket. And again, using Chris Paul in the situation. That caps a 7-0 run, and this was the Christmas Day debut you were anticipating from Wembanyama.
Yeah, not only getting it done again with the blocks, 2 blocks, 4 assists, 11 rebounds, but 4 of 10 from downtown. So he's just showing you, again, as we talk about unicorns in the league, that's exactly what he is showing you. Just something you have never seen before. A player of that size getting it done not only in the paint, mid-range, but also from 3.
Think about this. He had the first touch. He turned it over.
That's right.
He missed his first 3-point shots. 4 of 6 since. Talk about recovering and settling in.
He certainly did, and this is the stage to do it on, where these people will let you know if you're putting on a show. They are definitely not chanting overrated this time around like they did last year.
Halftime at the Garden. The lead is 7 for San Antonio. 58-51 at the end of the first half. Let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn, AutoZone again in the zone. AutoZone 24 for Victor Wembanyama in the first half, 14 coming in that second quarter alone. And again, this is his first ever game on Christmas Day. What a performance he is putting on. 24 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Unreal. 9 of 18 shooting and 2 of 2 from distance. This is game 1 of our doubleheader. Spurs got the 7-point lead. Coming up next on the AutoZone halftime report, we'll look ahead to game 2 between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. Rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. That's all coming up next. Spurs by 7 here in game 1. This is the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
With NBA League Pass, you can keep up with the whole league.
Wait, is this for real?
For real.
So I can choose from so many live games?
Yeah, up to 4 with multi-view.
And watch my favorite players dunk?
From every angle, home or away.
Wow, unbelievable.
Believe it, kid. With NBA League Pass, it's all possible. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops.
Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
I'm Kevin Winter, second career 20-point, 10-rebound half in the career of Victor Wembanyama. Both have come against the New York Knicks. Wemby's got 24 points and 11 rebounds. Spurs lead the Knicks 58-51. This is the AutoZone halftime report here on ESPN Radio. This is also game number 1 of our Christmas Day doubleheader. Game 2 will come your way from American Airlines Center in Dallas between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Dallas Mavericks. With the preview, we join our broadcast team with PJ Carlissimo. Here's Mark Kestisher.
Kevin, it's becoming a Christmas tradition in Dallas for the Mavs to play on this holiest of NBA holidays. And, well, that's directly correlated to Luka Doncic. 5th straight Christmas Day game for the Mavs. And, PJ, last year he put up one of the great Christmas Day lines ever. 50 points, 15 assists. But even better news, Luka's team playing really well now, having won 14 of their last 17.
They're playing extremely well. They had a couple games without Luka and KIRO, which is usually not a good idea, but a lot of people are contributing. Their center combination is still one of the best and also one of the youngest in the league. Gafford and Lively playing so well. I'm looking forward. This team is playing as well as just about anybody in the league, and coming off a year where they got all the way to the finals. These two teams met last year in the playoffs, so there's a lot at stake today. They're only going to play 3 times this year, so this is a chance to clinch it.
It's always fun when the Christmas Day matchups come out at the end of summer, so no surprise, as you mentioned, rematch of the Western Conference Finals. The Timberwolves coming off one of the best seasons in franchise history, but it has not been easy this year. 14-14, and they're really scuffling on the offensive end.
Yeah, they are, and it followed up. They won 6 out of 7, and at that point, before this recent slide, they were defending better than anybody in the league. They were holding opponents to 92-point-something a game. That's unheard of in today's NBA, and they go from that when they're playing really, really well to they've not been able to make a shot. That puts a lot of pressure on their defense. People don't realize sometimes, though, when the other team is never taking the ball out of bounds and they're running down your throat, Minnesota, as most teams are, much better half-court defensive team than a transition team, and they've been getting lit up in transition. They're literally not making shots. A lot of open shots for guys who historically are very good shooters. So it's been a tough stretch right now, and it doesn't get. This is the second of a 3-game roadie. They just lost in Atlanta. They were diverted yesterday to OKC on the way here. It's not how you want to spend Christmas, and they go from here. Houston doesn't get any easier. So
second in the West.
Yeah, it's a tough road right now. Minnesota's got to find a way, particularly on the offensive end.
Great star power in Dallas this afternoon. Luka Doncic will play on Christmas for the 6th time. It's the Christmas debut for Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves. Maybe the big stage will jumpstart Edwards' season. We'll find out. Tip-off coming up after the Spurs and Knicks wrap it up at Madison Square Garden. Kevin Winter, back to you.
All right, Mark Kessler, PJ Calissimo. So it's Ant-Man's debut on Christmas Day. You wonder if he can follow what Victor Wembanyama is doing. Up next on the AutoZone Halftime Report, we'll look back at Wemby's first half. It's a pretty good way to make your debut on Christmas Day. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
This is Dr. Andrew Elshouse of Revive Men's Health. If you're always feeling tired or moody, or your sleep is poor, you have low libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health Seattle at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? Huh,
you don't say.
Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive
That's
Casualty
right.
Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
I'm Kevin Winter with the AutoZone halftime report. San Antonio leads the Knicks by 7, 58-51. Hey, ESPN Plus subscribers, get even more of the sports and teams you love. You can now stream 6 months of SiriusXM on us for even more live games, sports talk, music, and podcasts, all at your fingertips, wherever you go. Score even more with ESPN Plus and get 6 months of the SiriusXM app today. You just need an active ESPN Plus subscription. Get all the details at ESPNplus.com/SiriusXM. Eligibility and offer details apply. Second half from the Garden is next. This is the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time, no waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
NBA All-Star voting presented by AT&T is open now.
My favorite time of the year.
And this year, folks, NBA All-Star is back with a brand new twist. 4 teams, single elimination.
I like that, Ernie. Oh, I'm ready.
So make your voice heard and vote for your All-Stars every day. You could even win a trip to watch the game live.
I know my picks will be way better than Chuck's. Stop lying, Shaq.
NBA All-Star voting presented by AT&T is now open. Head to NBA.com/vote and pick your All-Stars today.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Towns doubled, trying to step through it, trying to get cute with it, trying to pitch it over his shoulder, stolen by Paul. On the break ahead, lob to the rim, alley-oop dunk thrown down by Sohan.
The transition bucket. That's 9 fast break points now for the Spurs.
Assisted by Castle. Those two players right now are trying to play right through the iconic ceiling here at Madison Square Garden.
Part of a great first half for the San Antonio Spurs. They close on an 11-2 run. Victor Wembanyama, 24 points, 11 rebounds. He was the show. Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn, back to you at Madison Square Garden for the third quarter.
All right, Kevin, thanks. Both teams back on the floor here as we get set for second half play. What a show it's been for Victor Wembanyama. Everybody in the building is buzzing about his Christmas debut. Let's go right back, Alan Hahn, to your keys to the game for San Antonio. How have they matched what you prescribed at the start of this day?
Well, I'll start with what I finished with, which was, of course, can Wemby be the Grinch who stole Christmas here at Madison Square Garden? And he has been so far in this game. I mean, he has numbers that a lot of players would love to have just for a game. A double-double already, the 19 and 10, the 4 assists, so the ball movement has been good, and that's more on that in the Spurs. And then, of course, the block shots and the affecting of shots. The other, don't leave Jalen Brunson home alone. Jalen Brunson 3 for 10, one of several key Knick players who have been struggling shooting the basketball. Brunson now, this is 2 games where he has had a hard time shooting the ball. And then last but not least, the Christmas threes. The Knicks number 2 in the league in shooting the 3, but not in this game. They are struggling from downtown, 4 of 21, and some of those rebounds have been long rebounds that have led out to easy transition buckets for a Spurs team that wants to get out and run and had some highlight reel finishes in that first half.
Without a doubt, assisting the basketball, another hallmark of the Spurs. 169 straight games with at least 20 assists. They're on the doorstep of that, 18 in the first half alone. That'll make Greg Popovich happy, who's viewing somewhere away from us today. We're thinking about Pop today, wishing him the best. And certainly it was great to talk to Mitch Johnson, the acting head coach of the Spurs, knowing that he's in basically daily contact with Greg Popovich. And he said sometimes it's encouraging and sometimes it's, well, critical. And that's probably putting it very mildly when it comes to the way that Greg Popovich communicates.
Yes, but if you're anybody on that coaching staff, that's how you want it. That's what you expect. And so the daily routine, while maybe Coach Pop isn't around the team like you'd love for him to be around this team, the interaction stays the same, so it is consistent. And that also is very important for the culture of this franchise. He is still the main voice of this franchise. They lean a lot on him and his direction and his guidance.
Knicks ball to start the third in a game that's featured 6 ties, 9 lead changes, but New York down 7 here, 58-51, and a sold-out crowd. The Garden making their way back to their seats. New York shooting at the end to our left toward their own bench here in the third. Brunson takes a handoff, wiggles to his right. His 3-ball is blocked partially and falls woefully short, but there is a foul on the play. It's Hart who is trying to track down the deflected shot. And so a very good defensive stop for San Antonio out of the locker room.
Sean, that's again an incredible defensive play by Wembanyama, who was able to recover and tip a 3-point attempt by Jalen Brunson, where no one in the league could have recovered to even make that stop.
Sell throws backdoor towards Sohan, but he missed his man. Turned it over. Bridges up the floor, left side, gives to Towns, and it right back to Bridges. Bridges works the left side of the lane, gets under the goal. Comes back out right side of the lane, inside on a post-up. Good seal by Towns to catch and score on Wembanyama.
And a good play by Bridges, who had Wembanyama chasing him, so he curled around and found Towns open.
58-53. Sohan ISO play here, block right against Brunson. Brunson yanked the chair out, and an offensive foul is called on San Antonio. I don't want to say it's too far away for me to say that Brunson flopped a little bit.
This was not Joel, this was not Wembanyama, Joel Embiid, but there is a forearm that goes into Brunson's chest. One of the best in the league at drawing offensive fouls.
And Sohan extended on the contact. Easy whistle here for this crew led by Tony Brothers. Kind of a clunky start to the second half. Hart, top of the arc, pitches to his right. Towns guarded by Wemby. And off to Brunson. On the switch, he's got Wemby in front of him. Sohan comes to take it from there. Crossover dribble. Brunson from the right wing. Into the lane, and a teardrop is down for Jalen Brunson. Love that shot for him. Jalen Brunson's got 13.
And let's watch him in this quarter because he can turn it on and get hot, the Brunson burner.
Wembanyama feeds Paul. Deep left wing. They'll feed Wemby here. Left foul line extended. Slings it over his shoulder. Over to the right side. Vassell for three. No good. Down goes Hart. He took a shot away from the ball and I didn't see it. He's slow to get up.
It was on an exchange on a switch. Did not see it either.
Inside, Bridges catches, turns, throws to a circling Anunoby, fumbled it, saved it out wing right. Swing it to Hart, wing left, and he's still hurt. I don't think he's got an arm available. Does go behind the back with a dribble, lost the handle, stolen by Wembanyama. Hart's not 100%.
There's something going on there. We'll have to watch the replay.
Hart's only missed one game due to personal reasons this season. He's trying to guard Paul at the top of the floor. Paul takes him to the right wing, peels off the foul line extended. Pitches out to Wembanyama. Crossover dribble once, goes between the legs, off 1 foot, shoots. Oh, he just missed an 18-footer. It did everything but go in. Really?
Crossovers, fadeaway dirt shot that just rolled out.
58-55. Towns aggressive down the lane with force to the rim and puts it right down the cylinder. Scores on Wemby.
Wanted a foul, too. Felt there was contact.
Skip pass to one corner right to Barnes. Harrison Barnes puts it to the deck. Right hand across the lane. Fouled in front of the rim by Bridges. Harrison Barnes will go to the line. Those are the two guys that Alan Hahn referenced earlier that never miss a game.
They love basketball. Why would you?
Barnes playing his 250th consecutive game, second only to Mikal Bridges, who's never missed a game in his career.
Ever. High school, college, NBA. Never. Josh Hart, as we were talking about the contact, he's now having conversations with the officials about whatever happened with him. It seems like something in his neck area. There was a collision on a switch, and he still is trying to loosen up the neck. He's such an important effort player for the Knicks.
Barnes split the free throws. 59-57. It's almost like Hart got a little bit of a stinger on that play. Brunson wing right. Shoves it out to Towns, top of the arc, holding above his head, directing traffic with his left hand now. To the left-hand dribble. Down the lane, lumbers to the rim. Missed it, rebound, back up and in. Second chance bucket for Towns, who's got 16.
Towns and Brunson, the two stars for the Knicks, starting to turn it on here in the third quarter, trying to get this offense on track.
Seventh tie. Ball to the foul line. Shoots a fader on 15 feet. No good. Rebound hits the deck, and out there with it is Brunson. Outlet pass up the right side lane to Hart. Attacks ball at the rim. Shoots, falls down. Thought he got fouled, missed the shot. Outlet pass finds Paul. To Vassell, wing right for three. Short. That ball not saved by Sohan. He leapt over the boundary, the baseline, but couldn't keep it in play. New York basketball length of the floor to go.
And a good no call there from the officials as well. Sean Corbin wasn't going to buy it as Vassell fell. Bridges got a piece of that on a chase down on that three-point attempt. Corbin let it go. Right call.
59-59. Here comes Bridges off the weak side screen. Towns thought about screening for Brunson, now drifts away. Brunson draws the attention to Sohan. Bounce pass to the free throw line. Towns turns, flicks the shot up, no good. Another rebound for Wembanyama, who stumbles and is fouled as he falls out of bounds down near Celebrity Row.
Sitting on the floor in front of Celebrity Row, but he's so tall, it looks like he's sitting in a chair.
Yes.
He's sitting next to everybody else. But Towns not happy early in this as Josh Hart shoved Wembanyama on that play. Towns very frustrated here because he's trying to be aggressive. Let's not settle for jumpers. They took a lot of threes in the first half. It didn't work out. They're going to the basket, getting contact, and he's feeling like some of these, I need to be getting some calls, and he's not getting them.
Towns trying to get to his 19th straight double-double. He's at 7 rebounds, 16 points. Vassell down the lane, hugs it like a running back. Pitches it wing right. Sohan for three. Good. Sohan with a wide open three. Throws the lead back to 3 for San Antonio. 7:40 to go here in the third. 3 fouls on the Knicks, none on the Spurs. Brunson right of the lane, back to the goal. Pitches out wing right. Nice drive by Bridges. Scoops to the rim and scores. A blow by off the far wing. 62-61. Pocket pass inside. Sohan takes it from Paul and is fouled attacking the rim.
Beautiful pass from Chris Paul. Just vintage CP3 on the feed. Little seam pass. The previous possession, Mikal Bridges. Quick decision. Wembanyama all over him. Spin move. The big man is long and strong, but he can't keep up with that kind of quickness. Not yet.
72% free throw shooter. Jeremy Sohan at the line to our right. And he's got that weird free throw stroke of his.
The story, as it goes, from a couple of years ago, is he just started, he was a poor free throw shooter, tried everything. So tried just the one hand, never touches it with the guide hand, and it started to work for him. It's become his thing.
Knocks down a pair here to make it 64-61. 7:14 to play in the period. Brunson takes the dribble to the left wing, pitches to Towns, top of the arc, with some force down the lane and punched it in with the right hand. Karl Anthony Towns playing with some fierceness. 3-ball Wemby, right wing. Dunk follow won't go for Vassell. Towns has 8 in the quarter. He's late to the other end. Into the right corner for Bridges. Bridges across the lane, right to left. Resets out to Hart, top of the arc. Hart guarded with space, hands it off to Bridges. Hart rolls, Bridges can't find him. He'll check it out to Towns, deep three. Woo! 11 in the quarter for Karl Anthony Towns on a shot clock beating deep three-pointer to give New York the lead back at 66-64.
Cat starting to rise to the occasion. He sees Wembanyama taking the stage, and he's saying, no, I got traded to New York. This is my stage. I'll show you how it's done.
6:35 to go in the period. Timeout at Madison Square Garden. New York 66, San Antonio 64. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
For decades, we've been more than just roofing. From siding and windows to custom decks and gutters, we've been helping customers protect and transform their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing. I'm proud to announce our new name, State Roofing and Exteriors. The same trusted team, the same quality service, now with a name that says it all. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors. Your home, your way, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Some said a life-threatening brain tumor would dim Aisley's spark. But this future pop star is back to full sparkle, and she's ready for her big encore. Through research, compassionate care, and support from people like you, Seattle Children's is fighting for lasting cures. So for every kid that didn't have a chance, this relentless fight is for you. Because this isn't about beating the odds. It's about changing them for all kid kind. Hope, care, cure. Seattle Children's.
I'm Kevin Archer inside our Granger studio with the NBA on ESPN Radio. We go inside the numbers with Karl Anthony Towns here in this third quarter, brought to you by My Computer Career. Find a more recession-resistant career in cybersecurity or AI. Go to mycomputercareer.edu. Take the free career evaluation, mycomputercareer.edu. Cat's got 11 points on 5 of 7 shooting here in the third quarter. He's 1 for 1 from distance, 4 rebounds, 21 points total. The Knicks now with a 2-point lead. By the way, Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn on the Dunk the Halls telecast on Disney+. Cat is currently being played by Goofy. So Goofy just had a dunk down the lane and a 3. Then he showed that one up. It's funny to watch. Back to you guys.
I can only imagine. Very unique broadcast on ESPN2.
How would you feel about being played by Goofy when we know Goofy's personality and everything that comes with Goofy?
If I'm getting the same check as Towns or Goofy, I'm in.
It is always about the check, isn't it?
Well, sometimes it is. And look, Towns had 6 points at halftime. I said, well, I didn't come here to see that.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't either. He didn't either. And you see, again, rising to the occasion. of who he's going up against, which is a young rising superstar in Victor Wembanyama, who, by the way, who was playing him in the Disney portrayal?
Evan Sokolsky, our producer, just asked the same question. Inside to Wemby, and a towering make at the broken line. The two defenders near him are coming chest high to Wembanyama. And that was a great call out of the timeout by Mitch Johnson. 66-66. Guess who's got it? Towns top of the arc, hands it off to Bridges. He was hot early today. Off fake, drives Vassell down the right slot, spin shoots on a fade. That's pretty. Fader from 13 down from Mikal Bridges.
And again, Towns, now that he's got Wembanyama's attention, drags him down to the post, which clears out the mid-range for Bridges to go one-on-one.
Bridges has 20. He averages 17 a game. Knicks by 2. Turning over the screen. Vassell driving kick to Sohan. Buries a 3 off the catch. Jeremy Sohan has helped the Spurs as he's got 8 in the period.
2 for 2 from 3 for Sohan. No more for his defense.
Hudson takes it from Bridges at the right side break. Blows by Vassell. Shoots into contact. Banked it in and one.
That's vintage Jalen Brunson. Drawing contact. So strong. Good footwork. Takes the hit. Finishes the bucket for the N1.
Brunson 38 on Christmas last year. We'll go the line here with 13 points, 7 assists to lead all in that category.
He has become this year, and a lot of the talk about, as you're hearing the MVP chants here at his home court, Madison Square Garden, he was top 5 in MVP voting last year, All-NBA for the first time in his career, All-Star as well. And there was that sense of, well, it is a score first point guard. This is what he does. You bring in guys like Towns and Bridges, and he's showing you an element of his game this year, which is more of a playmaker. He has had big assist performances this year, and he's top 10 in the league in assists coming into this game.
Bounce pass to the right wing. Barnes grabs it under duress against Hart. Hart knocked it loose. Barnes picks it up into the paint, and Wemby catches and turns into a foul by Towns, block right. Wembanyama will go to the line to shoot. Third foul now on Towns, his first foul since the first quarter. Back to Brunson for a moment. By the way, these two teams played back in March.
Yeah.
That's when Brunson hit his career high.
61 points he had. Carmelo Anthony has the franchise record of 62. And as we talked about him earlier, the man sitting baseline watching Wembanyama take this free throw is Bernard King, who had the first 60-point performance in franchise history on Christmas Day 40 years ago.
By the way, the Pearl is here as well, as far as Knicks alumni. Earl the Pearl.
Oh, the Pearl. Oh, I'm sorry.
Pearl.
Yes. Earl the Pearl Monroe, one of the greats, he has a school here, the Earl Monroe School.
Okay.
And he started this with the ambition of education and sports coming together. The school has been around for a couple of years now. It has been a great success. One of the legacies that he's leaving here in New York that goes along with, of course, a championship in 1973.
He's probably more proud of the legacy from the school than anything else.
Oh, he talks about it with great pride.
Both free throws good. Wembanyama has tied the game at 71. Wemby perfect the line, 4 for 4. In the corner, Anunoby for 3. Good. Right over Harrison Barnes out of the left corner. Big 3 gives the Knicks a 3-point lead. Wemby pick and pop. Launches the left angle 3. That's too strong. Rebound Vassell under the goal. Throws it back out wing left to Castle. Set up Wemby. Top of the arc for 3. Yep. 31 for Victor Wembanyama on his Xmas debut.
And a 5th three-pointer made in this game, which has become for him lately a number that he has been hitting regularly from downtown.
10th tie here at 74. Nice cut to the rim. Brunson catches. He got fouled. No call. Barnes was defending. Sohan clears the loose ball. Out to Castle. Euros into the lane. Jump pass wing right. Vassell for 3. Good. He got a mini bank off that shot. And it knocks down for a 3-point lead for the Spurs.
Spurs are hitting it 22nd in the league in threes percentage, but they've got 40%.
Brunson muscles his way to the lane. A little turn around with the left hand, knocked down below the dotted line. Spurs by 1. 3:45 to go in the period. From the right wing, Castle attacks the rim. He climbed McBride but couldn't finish. His shot down the floor. Brunson to the rim. Goaltending call against Wembanyama.
I swear, Sean, he did that just because he could.
Yes.
He knew it was going to be a goaltend. He didn't care. That's a message sent. Brunson was taking him into the paint, trying to hold them off. And Wembanyama swatted it away literally like a fly. King Kong on the top of the Empire State Building, waving at planes.
Tom Thibodeau red hot as he gets into the ear of Sean Corbin. But Alan, you and I will remember the day that we were here on Christmas and this play is under review. There's a challenge here by San Antonio, I guess, on the goaltend. Tony Brothers will give it to us in just a second. We'll take a break while they take their first look. We step aside, 3:36 to go in the third. New York 78, Spurs 77. Play under review. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Dunks, threes, buzzer beaters. There's so much NBA happening. I gotta keep up.
Easy there. There's a better way to NBA with the NBA app.
Wait, really?
Follow your favorite teams and the league's brightest stars. Be on the ball with real-time stats and scores.
Yeah?
And go behind all the drama with new docs and shows.
Are you kidding?
Catch every swish, dunk, and bucket. All of this, all in one place, all for free.
Thank you.
There's a better way to NBA. Download the app today. Available on the Google Play, Apple app, and Android stores.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted it close to town, with a picture window overlooking a yard. And you found it. Now, when you sit down to dinner, you've got front row seats, too. Your neighbor's daily pickleball game. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
I'm Kevin Orchard with the NBA on ESPN Radio. Time now for today's trivia question brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Give me the last Western Conference team to play at Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day. Who? Bonus points for when. Last Western Conference team to play at MSG on Christmas Day. It's not bowl season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn, back to you with the Big Apple.
For the first time in several years, I have the answer to Kevin Winter's trivia question. I will not spoil his fun today. Stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, after review, no goaltending on the play. Wembanyama picks up his fourth block. As a result, that's 64 straight games, the San Antonio Spurs record with at least one block. This is as impressive as any you'll see, as he got it at the apex of the runner to the rim and deflected it off the top of the backboard. It belongs to San Antonio, who wins the challenge.
That was an attitude block. Sending a message. He's feeling it right now.
He'll get a break. He's on the bench briefly here as we resume play. Cassell takes a handoff, goes in the paint, and Euros into a foul and runs it up and in. Possible three-point play. I didn't think he could finish. But now a possibility of giving San Antonio a 4-point lead. Officials are huddling here at the end of the play. Towns was whistled for the foul, but it's not Towns who hit him.
That's a bizarre call. Towns asking questions. He made contact with the ball with his chest, not his body.
But he got, the foul was on the help defender. That's where the contact came. Towns goes to the bench. The call's gonna stand. Vassell, free throw good.
Dangerous place now for the Knicks with him in foul trouble. Wembanyama off the court. They left Towns in to see if they could take advantage of it. They have outscored the Spurs when Wemby's on the bench.
Might be Brunson time here. 16 for him in the game. Dribbles down the left slot, stops, pops, and scores halfway down the lane. And he's cut it to 2, 80-78.
Well, the Knicks are really frustrated with a lack of calls at their end of the floor right now. A lot of complaining.
Out to Sohan, dribble handoff to Vassell. This is just left to the top of the arc of the end to our right. Puts his head down, drives the right-hand dribble, freezes. Did he hold? Nope, he dragged the foot. Tony Brothers from the baseline makes the traveling call. Turnover San Antonio, their 12th of the game.
Hardest thing to do, you're making a move, all the momentum going one way, you're just trying to hold on so you can spin back the other way.
Brunson, step back three, wing right. In and out, no good. Rebound, Chua. Missed it point blank on second chance. Cleared by Sohan. Shovels ahead to Vassell on the right side. Slings it over the left wing. Three ball. Good. Champagnie knocks it down. He was wide open. That's a good extra pass for the Spurs.
Spurs are taking a page out of what the Knicks have been doing to opponents all season long. Transition threes. Right now up to 12 for 28 from downtown for San Antonio.
5-point lead as a result. Fader off the edge of the lane for Mikal Bridges. Missed that. Rebound Brunson. He's fouled on driving to the cup. On the floor, says Sean Corbin. The foul is going to be against Keldon Johnson at 2:09 to go here in the third. San Antonio, go ahead.
Obviously, Chris Paul up off the bench as just like he's a coach, ordering and barking out instructions next to Mitch Johnson, who just lets him go because, hey, you've got just as much experience. You know what you're seeing. And that is something that Chris Paul's brought to this team this year.
Here's Brunson down the left side of the lane. Scoop shot from the floor, no good. Rebounded Chua. He wrestled it away in a crowd. Bounce pass for the wing. Inside McBride, and Champagnie has to foul McBride here. And send McBride to the line. That was an easy cut to the rim and a really good look by Brunson, who took a handoff near wing and immediately sent it almost blindly to the lane, knowing the cutter was on the way.
Young Spurs team really starting to get into a comfort zone here, and just how they feel playing on this stage, Christmas Day, any of the nerves, anxiousness, whatever it is that a young team would feel on a stage like this, that is all gone now, brimming with confidence at both ends of the floor. And a lot of it has to do with what their youngest star is bringing in Victor Wembanyama.
Spurs are 5-5 in the month of December. And back to Chris Paul, Mitch Johnson described it as a partnership more than a coach-player relationship.
He's younger than Chris Paul.
It's crazy. 38 years old as the acting head coach. Vassell misses a jumper off the left side. Cleared by New York, who trails by 3. Brunson drives, pushes it outside. Step back, McBride, wing right, no good. Rebound tip and one. Bridges pops it up and in, and is fouled. A great second effort for New York, who really stayed in the game in the first half with plays just like that.
And that's what I was just going to say, is exactly why they're still in this game, because they are not shooting the three well at all. They're getting buried from three. A big part of the story has been the contrast in three-point shooting, and also, of course, what Wembanyama has brought. But for the Knicks, the extra effort plays have kept them in this game. 16 second chance points. That's their 13th offensive rebound.
Free throws good. That ties the game at 83. So 11 ties now in the ball game. San Antonio led by 9 at one point. Sohan working point here between the circles. Turned it over on a pass looking for Johnson. Stolen by Anunoby. Brunson on the attack, twisting into the lane, shoots a 10-footer, missed it. Sohan able to clear it for the Spurs, who catch a break. 1 minute remaining in the period. Castle drives the right side of the lane, gets under the goal. Shot blocked by Achua. Achua trying to bring it up himself. We'll pause here and give it up to Brunson. Advances it on the near side across half court. Now speeds up into the lane. Fouled on the attack. Is it on the floor or in the act? Nonetheless, I don't think San Antonio, they did not have a foul to give. They'll put New York in the line here. Foul on Sohan is, I think he's in the gather, should be 2 shots. That's 4 fouls on Sohan now.
In the bonus anyway. And for Brunson, This has not been one of his typical games. 7 of 20. Missed all 5 of his 3-point attempts so far, but boy, does he grind. Looking for his 19th point here on this, and he knocks it down with 1 more to go at the free throw line. 7 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal. This is a guy who has been an unbelievable scorer from the point guard position, but this year he doesn't have to carry the team offensively. He can have a game where it's just not going for him, where the opponents are focused so much on him and rely on others to get it done. That's been what he and many others have loved about what the Knicks have been able to do offensively this year. They're not reliant on him as much as they have been the past couple of years.
Both free throws good. Brunson doing all this despite not making a 3 last game or today. 0 for his last 10. Wemby and Chris Paul back on the floor for San Antonio. Paul catches, gives to a cutter off the left wing, and a denial at the rim. Castle got stuffed. 85-83. Bridges, wing left threes, good, good, good. Mikal Bridges throws the Knicks run to 10-0. And it's 88-83 with 25 seconds left in the quarter.
Vacillating pace here.
Knicks are 17-2 and leading at the end of the third. Ball guarded out in the center jump circle. Eyes middle screen by Wemby. Ball looks a man off. Fires for 3. It's flat. Rebound New York. 8 seconds left. Foot race to the other end. Brunson shovels it wing right. McBride for 3. No. Rebound tip. Popcorns through a lot of players. Paul grabs it, and that's how the quarter ends. But we've had 14 lead changes, 11 ties. It's a 10-0 New York run to end the third and grab a lead going to the fourth.
I thought you were going to say 14 ties and a partridge in a pear tree. We have had just about everything in that quarter, but we are starting to see some NBA action as the Christmas Day games really getting started. And how this game finishes is going to be a lot of fun because you have Wembanyama playing at a high level. You've got the Knicks starting to pick it up. And, of course, the Garden crowd ready for anything.
End of the third, New York 88, San Antonio 83. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
I'm Kevin Winter, inside our Granger studio. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
Knicks outscore the Spurs 37-25 in the third quarter. The triumvirate of Bridges, Towns, and Brunson had 32 of the 37 for the Knicks. They have a 5-point lead as we make the turn for home. Back to the fourth at MSG with Alan Hahn. Here's Sean Kelly.
Kevin Winter, thank you very much. Glad you're with us here today. We'll send you to Dallas after this one. We got a rematch of the Western Conference Finals. Mark Kestecher, PJ Carlissimo standing by in Big D for game 2 of our doubleheader here on Christmas. We should have some fun here in the fourth, partner. 88-83. Knicks lead the Spurs. 1 quarter to play.
No question about it. And minutes now, something to watch. Both Bridges and Brunson for the Knicks already over 30. They played the entire third quarter. Wembanyama's at 28 minutes, and the Knicks are plus 10 when he's off the floor.
Champagny with a lob to the rim and an alley-oop punch down by Wembanyama to start the quarter.
Mitch Johnson has to manage these minutes with Wemby, but when he's off the floor, as I said, the Knicks are 10 points better than the Spurs. That is something to watch here if he tries to get him some rest.
33 now for Wemby. Brunson, timeline right side with all those minutes on the bounce here with the left hand. Sends it to McBride, dump it, corner left. Achua for 3. Can't answer. Wembanyama comes out of there with his 14th rebound. 3-point lead now for New York. Paul to the top of the key, to the foul line, picks up the dribble, and bodies go flying, and a whistle here. A trip called on New York and Miles McBride. Big tree fall hard. Wembanyama
he goes
hit
down.
the deck.
And that he just kind of caught his foot, and you can see he stumbles. He's so athletic, but still a little bit of Bambi in him when it comes to walking around the floors. Joel Embiid will let you know. All I did was step on his foot.
Yeah.
And he got thrown out of the game for it.
Interesting night two nights ago. Ball driving kick to Wemby, top of the arc, close him out in a hurry. Into Paul, out of the lane to the right wing. Champagny for 3. Rim twice, but no good. And Achua swinging his arms, grabs the rebound. Paul's lucky he didn't catch an elbow in the mouth. 88-85. Brunson now hounded on the near wing by Jones. Dribble handoff to McBride, out to Achua, who waits for Brunson to flare. Catching and holding top of the arc. Brunson now goes to work on Champagny. Step back for 2. No good from 16 feet away. Rebound Wembanyama.
Champagny, great defense there.
Reset here on the offensive end at our right. Jones on the dribble here, wing left. Pocket pass into Wemby. Pass fake. Goes under the defender's arm and lays it in underhanded. He went around or under something, Achua, and lays it in.
Just a scoop shot. The George Gervin finger roll without leaving the ground.
35 for the 7'3" center. Brunson takes a handoff right of the circle and foul. A lot of hands in the cookie jar there.
A lot of physicality on Brunson, which is what opponents are doing this season with him. You have to, because he's so strong. And you see them not typically now. Jones, a guard, he's strong enough. But you see Champagny on him, you see Sohan on him. You're seeing a lot more length and size on a guy like Brunson than you would a typical guard.
88-87. Knicks leading ball the end to our left. Brunson off the inbound, holds between the rings here, knee high with the basketball. Now starts to work to his right, pushes into the right corner. Bridges for 3. Nope. Rebound Wembanyama. He took a hit. Outlet pass to Paul. Up the floor to Johnson. Now to Jones, streaking from the right wing. Dumps the corner left. Champagny for 3. Yes. St. John's on line 1. More of that, please.
No question. Red Storm fans love seeing this at the Garden, but Knicks fans do not right now as the Knicks need a timeout, down 2.
7-0 run to begin the quarter for San Antonio. We step aside. 9:33 to go in the fourth. San Antonio now has grabbed the lead back. Spurs 90, Knicks 88. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Lowe's knows how to help you save time and money, no matter the job. That's why we can deliver supplies to your job site as soon as same day, so you have more time to get the job done. Because when you need it fast, we've got you covered. Lowe's knows pros. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Kevin Richard inside of Granger Studios. Spurs 7-0 run to start the fourth. They have a 2-point lead over the next time now to answer our Dr. Pepper trivia question. Who is the last team from the Western Conference to play at Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day? Your answer? The Oklahoma City Thunder. Back in 2013, Thunder beat the Knicks 123-94. Kevin Durant had 29, and Russell Westbrook had a triple-double. Those were the days, I believe is how the song goes for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn, back to you in the fourth.
Can't believe I actually knew the answer this time.
Yeah, well, saying those were the days for the Thunder, they're pretty good days today for the Thunder, too. They've got a pretty good team again there in Oklahoma City, but there's been 3 different iterations of that franchise. But, yeah, that Russell Westbrook triple-double Christmas Day here at the Garden was something to see. He was, you talk about wind him up and let him go. Incredible energy. Nobody likes to play at noon, whether it's Christmas Day or any other day. That's hard to do, but for him, he doesn't need the coffee to get him going.
No, sir. Meanwhile, we're watching another young man here make his mark on Christmas. That's Victor Wembanyama. It's a 7-0 run for the Spurs, probably the New York timeout. Knicks ball down 2, 9:27 to go.
Towns back in the game with 4 fouls.
Brunson on the attack here. Backs his way to the top side of the lane. Strip stolen. The help was Jones. He's got the steal. Foot race to the other end. Layup good. Brunson shoved him in the back, sent him into the stanchion. There was no call. The Spurs bench exploding in anger. Into the right corner. Bridges for 3. Good. They had a power play at the end to our left, and they cut it to 1, 92-91.
Bridges has been just excellent in those corner threes in this game, hitting big shots when they need it most.
Jones sends it to Wemby on the left wing. Dribbles twice, gives it to Johnson, cuts to the rim, catches and lays it in. That's a give and go that you won't see of any kind because of that unique player right there.
Caught it, helicopter spin in the air, and just lays it in over the rim because he was already over the rim.
37 now for Wembanyama. Brunson, pull-up jumper, left of the lane, no good. Rebound, Chris Paul. Outlet pass, threaded the needle. Out to Jones. Jones to the left side, cutting to the rim. Johnson missed it, got his own miss. Goes out of a crowd up top. Champagny for 3. Off front iron, no good. Johnson trying to win the rebound, and he did. He threw it off the competitor Towns and saves the possession for San Antonio. Baseline left. Johnson.
This was a
shaking up on the play.
They ran into each other. And who'd that hit?
Towns.
Into
Wemby, catching a lay-in right in front of the rim.
So baseline inbounds, and all Chris Paul had to do was just throw it to the rim, and all Wembanyama had to do was raise his arms up. I don't think he got off his toes, and he just taps it in. That's one of the easiest inbounds plays you'll ever see.
39 now for Wemby. Brunson picks it up, bounces it to his right. Bridges off the catch for 3, and Mikal Bridges is the guy right now for New York.
5 of 6 from downtown, 32 points.
He's got their last 9. Wemby for 3, good, straight away, answers right back. He's north of 40 at the Garden now.
That is 4 now. 3 of the last 4 games, he's hit 6 or more threes in a game. This is what we're talking about with this player.
99-94 San Antonio. Brunson, ISO here, left side of the floor. Here comes Towns, screens for him. Pass to the right, Bridges for three. No good this time. Rebound, Wembanyama. 17th rebound. Gives it up to Jones. Jones beats his man Brunson to the rim, lays it in, and draws contact. Possible three-point play for New York, who sorely needs this. I mean, beg your pardon, for San Antonio. And this is soreness to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. Brunson picks up the foul.
And more examples for everybody listening about the impact that Wembanyama can have on a game, because we are talking about his ability to shoot the three, blocking shots. He's on his way to a 40-20 performance, but he got a rebound, led the break. He's the one that got that whole break going. The reason why that Jones was able to catch and finish on the break, because their 7-3 center led the way.
Brunson to the bench for the first time in the second half. And the Knicks are down 8. Towns on the bouncer to the left elbow. Back to the goal, throws toward the goal, caught underneath by Anunoby. Pass out wing right, deflected by Hart into Bridges, who buries a corner right three.
Mikal Bridges will not let the Knicks lose ground in this game, making huge shot after shot.
6 threes, this one right in front of his own bench. 102-97. Jones off the catch, trying to drive from the left wing, walled off by Hart, out to Wemby, deep three. Good, they're gonna count it. Oh, they're gonna count it, the whistle blew. A foul was on the collision with Chris Paul. They allowed Wembanyama to shoot the three. He buried it from deep.
The shot making. Never mind the foul. Chris Paul just flops and takes the charge as he tried to set the screen on Karl-Anthony Towns.
The play is being reviewed for off-ball timing.
But this is going to be a 4-point play. But give credit to Paul, the veteran, the wily veteran. He flops as Cat runs into him, but the shot making from Victor Wembanyama, 7 of 15 from downtown. Sean, he's taken more threes than twos in this game at a man of his size.
He's into the realm of unguardable now with the ability to make shots like that. That three, this play stands, has San Antonio cruising with a 22-9 fourth quarter here at Madison Square Garden. They lead by 8 at the moment.
Now there's plenty of time left, 6:34. It's a close game. He's got 45 points. His career high is 50. Bernard King's in the building at 60.
The foul occurred prior to the upward shooting motion. Therefore, the basket does not count. The ball will be awarded on the side with 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, they take away from what would have been a great finish to a conversation I was starting to do, Sean. But there's still lots of time left. He's at so now he's back to 42. Yes. And he hit that, though. 45 makes you start thinking about 50-point performance. And that's right there. That's on the table. But as we talked about coming into this game, the Rookie of the Year, he is a player that everybody in the league's talking about. But as I've told you, I'm a native New Yorker. You ain't done it in the NBA until you've done it on this stage. That's just how people talk in this town. And the greats have done it. Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all of them. He's having his Garden moment right now on Christmas Day.
Inbound finds Wembanyama, and then he is double-teamed and fouled. That'll put the ball back on the left sideline. 102-97 after the review.
Bigger issue, of course, is that Karl-Anthony Towns has 5 fouls, so he's back to the bench. The Knicks are very small. Tallest player on the court, 6'8", Precious Achiuwa.
102-97, ball into Jones. 14 fouls now on the Knicks. Feed Wemby again. Elbow left, drops behind his back to Devin Vassell. Vassell retreats behind the three-point line. Right-hand dribble to the circle. Throws back to Wemby. Left wing three. Back iron. Top of the backboard. No good. Cleared by Hart. So the Knicks get a big stop despite it costing them 2 fouls at the end to our right. 6:08 to play. McBride to the foul line. Dumps it to Hart. Block right. One-on-one against Chris Paul. Everybody clears out. Hart bounces it to the corner. Achiuwa for 3. Missed it. Rebound tipped. Won by Chris Paul. Ripped it away from Josh Hart. Will they be hunting for Wembanyama now?
They should. Find him every possession right now.
Wembanyama comes out to screen on the angle for Paul. He'll roll. Snap pass to Champagnie. Into the elbow. No look from Wemby. Back to Champagnie for 3. Rebounded by Achua.
No one else should shoot the basketball right now if he has the ball in the paint.
Is that just you as a fan? Or are you being
if I was coaching, I'd be saying the same thing.
Yes. Achua hands it off to Bridges, who's been dynamite here in the second half. Dribbles under the rim. Throws away from Wemby, out to Hart. Open three near wing. Good. That's a massive one for Josh Hart. It makes it a 2-point game. Timeout, San Antonio. 102-100 with 5:16 to go. Stay with us. We've got a screamer coming at you down the stretch here in New York City. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
My name is Luke Bryan. Country music is my life, and I want to share it with y'all.
It's All Country is now streaming on Hulu.
And with the help of Luke Combs, Kane Brown, Lady A, Winona Judd, Sheryl Crow, and Mickey Guyton, we're going to explore everything country.
You couldn't ask for anything more than that.
When everybody brings their story, it really becomes something special. That is the beautiful side of country music.
In the end, it's all country.
It's All Country. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
It's what you wait for all week. The three-pointers, the rebounds, the thrill of every shot. Win or lose, it's the hope that keeps you coming back. The dream that this time, it might be your year. And so you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when the pressure's on, your support is everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Kevin Richard inside our Granger studio. I want to remind you to log on to our social media accounts at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone In the Zone poll question. Who's going to get in the zone for Game 2 of our doubleheader? Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic. Timberwolves and Mavericks coming up just after the bottom of the hour as soon as we are done at Madison Square Garden, where the Spurs and the Knicks are battling in a 2-point game. San Antonio 102, New York 100. Victor Wembanyama have a debut in Christmas Day. 42 points, 17 rebounds, third player ever with a 40-15 game on Christmas Day, joining Will Chamberlain, who did it twice, and Nikola Jokic. Sean Kelly, Alan Hahn, back to you for the final finish.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. So a point away from Tracy McGrady in 2000. He had 43. That's second most in a Christmas Day debut. Wilt Chamberlain, 1959 for Philadelphia. He had 45, and that now is on the line for Victor Wembanyama. But meanwhile, from a more global perspective here at the Garden, 2-point game with 5:16 to go.
And during that timeout, you saw Chris Paul next to Wembanyama in the huddle talking to him. And I can only guess what he was saying, but knowing Chris Paul, it should be along the lines of, this is now your time. Under 5 minutes is clutch time, crunch time. This is go time, this is winning time. Put this team away. He's got to have a killer instinct.
Turnover of his cell, stolen by Bridges to Hart on the break. Jump past the right wing. 3 ball on the way. Good. OG Anunoby gives New York the lead, 103-102 with 4:50 to play.
3 balls starting to come around now for the Knicks here in the second half. After a big struggle in the first half, just 4 of 21.
Fader, Chris Paul, good off the right side of the lane. They cleared everybody out for Paul right of the lane. He takes the lead back at 104-103, and Brunson's at the scorer's table for New York. Next dead ball. That slows a 9-0 run for the Knicks. Pass wing right. Dump it to Bridges. Pocket inside. Achua launches to the rim and lays it into the left hand. Very good catch and score for Achua.
Nice lefty finish around Wembanyama.
Into the paint. Slipping the screen. Sohan catches and lays it in. Assisted by Paul. Back and forth we go. 19 lead changes now. It's 106-105. Spurs lead. Knicks ball. McBride gives it up to Bridges between the circles. Using the high middle screen by Achua. Step back jumper off the foul line. How hot is that guy? Mikal Bridges, 37 in the game.
6 of 8 from downtown with 15 of 20 in the game.
Lead back to New York. Ball, pick and pop with Wemby for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Achua. Knicks with a 1-point lead and the ball, 3:28 to go. McBride darts through 2. Stops, shoots, elbow left, no good. Rebound and a score on second chance for Josh Hart.
What an effort from Hart. This is what he does. The offensive rebounding. You don't pay attention to him until you realize he just beat you.
Drive and kick to Sohan. Left wing 3. Boom. Clutch. Jeremy Sohan ties the game at 109.
Ice water in his veins. 3 of 3 from downtown. Quiet 21 points for Sohan with 8 rebounds as well.
Can you be quiet with green hair?
There's nothing quiet about him.
McBride, crossover dribble for 3 up top. Answers right back.
This crowd's on its feet. Firing up both players, both teams.
112-109 New York. Ball to the top of the arc. Lobs to the rim. Sohan fumbled it. Stolen by New York. Broken up by Hart. Mikal Bridges the other end. Euros to the rim. Layup no. Wembanyama has the rebound. That's his 18th. Outlet pass to Paul. Paul foul. Top of the key. 5th team foul on the New York Knicks. Comes at 2:17 to play. And during all this, by the way, Wembanyama has not taken a shot as we've seen the lead exchanged back and forth since the last stoppage in play.
He missed a 3, and that's really been it. He has been quiet, and as I said, I would be finding him every opportunity you can. And he is an unselfish player. He's going to think about his teammates. He's going to look for the open man, make the right play. And again, the mentality of a great player is when it's closing time. It's when I'm going to take, when you want to win in this building, you've got to have the killer instinct. Kobe Bryant, Mamba mentality. Or you're gonna close out the lights. Billy Joel's performed here many, many times. Seen the lights go out on Broadway. And that's what a lot of opposing players like to do when they come in here. The stars.
Chris Paul knocks down both free throws. So 7 dimes and now 10 points for Paul. He also has 6 rebounds. That song, Miami 2017. I didn't think we'd ever get there. Now that's way in the rearview mirror. 112-111. Knicks lead in ball. Brunson back in. 2:03 to play. Bridges drives from the top of the arc. Lost the handle. Got it back. Shoots on a fade. And he can't miss. A 13-footer down for Bridges on the fade. He's got 39 points.
That was a tough shot.
A near turnover to now a lead of 3. Under 2 minutes remaining. Spurs have a foul to give. New York does not. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Ball in the left angle.
Get him the ball.
Give to Wembanyama. Wembanyama, top of the key. Steps to the right elbow. Shoots. Oh, it went in and out. Halfway in and popped out of the jar. 114-111. He's stuck on 42. Can he be stuck on 42?
I wouldn't know.
Well said. Bridges uses the angle screen, comes out of the left front court to the right side of the lane, shoots on a fade.
Oh.
Yep. This is Mikal Bridges night now. 116-111. 41 for Bridges. Jones drives to the rim. Layup, missed it with the left hand. Cleared by New York. 1:07 to play. Wembanyama's down. Power play for New York. Hart to the rim, fouled on a layup attempt.
Wanted that and one, it just bounced out. Wembanyama had fallen down at the other end, so there was no shot blocking. Hart knew it and attacked. The Knicks are starting to smell blood a little bit. The Spurs have been a good clutch team this season, but as we saw in Philadelphia, they do have games where they struggle to finish on the road. Much different team than when they play at home. Veteran Knicks team trying to take advantage. Chris Paul doing all he can out on the floor with leadership. But I'm really surprised at the lack of impact that Wembanyama's had in these last couple of minutes. And you have to credit the defense. Precious Achiuwa up close on him in those last couple of shots. His heart knocks down the first free throw. Put the Knicks up by 6. It's 1:05 here to go.
Wembanyama has not scored since the 5:16 mark. Hart's first free throw good. 117-111. To your point about San Antonio, 8-4 in clutch games, but 4-4 in games decided by 5 points or less. Second free throw no good. Rebounded though by Achiuwa. To Brunson. And Brunson will pull it out. They'll space the floor. Under a minute to play. Sold out crowd cover their feet. To Bridges for 3. Oh, he missed it off the right angle.
He went knockout punch.
Yeah,
didn't need it.
Sohan able to clear it. Into Chris Paul. Ball to the top of the arc. Fires for 3.
Oh!
Good. Oh my goodness. CP3 in this building.
The wily vet. Look out.
Brunson almost turns it over. He's fouled and he got knocked into the Spurs bench and just hit his lower back on the edge of the chair behind him as the Spurs cleared the space out. So there was nobody to break his fall into the edge of the chair, and he gets up grabbing his lower back. Timeout on the floor. 38.6 seconds left. Brunson grabbing at that lower back as he heads for the timeout huddle. 117-114. Chris Paul has made this a one-possession game. And so again, the reset here, the Knicks using this timeout will have 1 remaining after this, 2 for San Antonio. And both teams will be in the bonus now the rest of the way as San Antonio just burned their foul to give. So Wembanyama is 3 points away from tying Wilt Chamberlain's Christmas debut record of 45 points. They need him to hit a 3 to tie, perhaps send it to overtime. But let's not discount Bridges' 41 for the New York Knicks.
A phenomenal performance from Bridges, who himself recently has been hearing some question marks about his trade to New York and whether or not that was a good trade for the Knicks, because he had been struggling to start the season. But for the last month now, he has really turned it on, averaging over 20 a game. But this is his Knicks performance, his big Christmas Day performance. We've talked so much about Wembanyama and what he's doing in his Christmas Day debut. For Bridges, this is his Knicks Christmas Day debut, and what a debut it is as he's matching Wembanyama point for point.
He's 4 shy of his career high of 45. And it's Bridges who was receiving the ire of Knicks fans earlier this season.
I'll tell you what, the 3-ball is such a story in today's NBA, and for the Knicks, it's a huge story. And just in this game alone, 4 of 21 in the first half, 9 of 17 in the second half. Bridges obviously a huge part of it. He's 6 of 9 from downtown.
Bridges 11 of 22 from range in his last 3 games. This has been trending this direction. He's now peaking here on Christmas Day. For a Knicks team that has a challenge ahead, Friday at Orlando. If there is a list of toughest teams in the NBA right now, Orlando might be in the top 3 with the way they play.
The Knicks this will be the 3rd time they faced them in the last, I think, at least 3 weeks. They've seen them a lot. They are banged up, but still. Again, the 3-point shot, Knicks number 2 in the NBA in shooting the 3 at 39, just a shade under 40%. Really struggled early on. It's a big part of their offense, but they've really turned it on in this second half, and that has been the story for them. And obviously Bridges carrying the offensive load with Karl-Anthony Towns. Again, he has 21. Sounds like it bad, for him though. He has had a relatively quiet game. Brunson has 20 points, 9 assists, quiet. Bridges has been everything for this team offensively.
Knicks are 6 of 11 from downtown in the 4th quarter. They started the day 3 for 18. New York ball out of their own timeout. Pass in the backcourt to Hart. He'll wait for Brunson, who comes to take it from him. Brunson just gets it across the Knicks logo at center court. Half a minute to go. Knicks by 3, 117-114. Brunson guarded by Trey Jones. Crossover dribble. Takes from the right side of the lane. Step back for two. Back iron no good. Long rebound. Hart diving to the weak side to get it. Double-double for Josh Hart as a result. Now to Brunson on the right wing. Retreats over toward the right timeline. Paul tried to steal it. No look pass deflected. Saved. Anunoby, desperation wing left three. Long. Shot clock expired. Hart's got another rebound. Saves it. And the Knicks hang on to win by 3. And if it's not Bridges with his season-high 41, it's Josh Hart with 2 massive offensive rebounds on the final possession as the clock wound down to zeros.
12 rebounds now for Hart in this game. And as I talked about the three-point shot being important, you know what else was important? Those offensive rebounds for the Knicks. 17 offensive rebounds in this game, and that'll be the story that the Spurs will talk about why they lost this game. The hustle plays, the effort plays the Knicks made, otherwise struggled in this game offensively, but didn't turn off the effort level, which a lot of coaches will point to.
117-114. The New York Knicks have won 5 straight for the first time this year. They're 20-10, and they've won 20 of their first 30 for the first time since the 2012-13 season. San Antonio, meantime, now 15-15 overall, 5-6 in the month of December. In the losing effort, though, we just watched Victor Wembanyama put up the 3rd highest point total in a Christmas Day game debut with 42 points. He ended up with 18 rebounds and, of course, the usual multiple blocks from the league leader in that category.
He was the best player on the floor for about 3/4 of this game, but then as it got into the 4th quarter, the last 7+ minutes, he did not score a basket. He looked like he was on his way to a 50-20 performance, ended up with 42, 18, 4, and 4, which is still an incredible performance. But for Wembanyama, 40-minute game, did fatigue play a factor down the stretch for him?
3 north of 20 for the Knicks in the win. Karl Anthony Towns, 21 points. Jalen Brunson had 20, and then the 40 by Mikal Bridges. So the Knicks here, in back-to-back years, win a thriller on Christmas Day. Last year was Brunson's 38 to beat Milwaukee. Jalen Brunson gets 20 points, 9 dimes, and 7 rebounds in a winning effort again here today, and he joins us on ESPN Radio. Jalen, Alan Hahn, Sean Kelly upstairs. Congratulations. Thanks for a Merry Christmas present from both teams today.
Yeah, thank Mikal Bridges for that. He is unbelievable. Shout out Mikal. This Christmas present was from him, and we all are very appreciative of it.
And Jalen, how about another one of your former Villanova teammates and Josh Hart, those 2 rebounds late, how critical those hustle plays are for your team to get a win?
Yeah, I mean, they're huge for us. And, I mean, he does it night in and night out. And, I mean, we don't expect anything else. That's just what he does. And we're very thankful for him, too.
Have to ask you, though, about an opponent here, Victor Wembanyama, and what it's like to play against him. You had an unbelievable matchup with him in San Antonio last season. He goes for 42 and 18. Just what's it like when you're trying to drive to the basket and he's just looming there?
I mean, he's definitely a difference maker, but I just love the way we adjust and we play off each other. I mean, no matter who's down there, what's going on, I mean, we're going to go out there and play as a team, as a unit. So regardless of what's happening on the other side of the ball, we got to stick together.
Jalen, it's 5 wins in a row now, and a lot of the story's been around the way that you and Towns have kind of been at the forefront here for the Knicks. We're starting to watch you and your teammates win in different ways. You alluded to the way Bridges played today with his 41. Is that the next step for this team, is to grow and be more dynamic in that sense?
I mean, honestly, our next step is us getting better every single day. No matter who it is, no matter who shows up for us that day, we know we have a lot of weapons. We know what we're capable of and all the things that we have. And but most importantly is how we just show up day in and day out, work our asses off, and keep moving forward.
All right, Jalen, Merry Christmas. I hope that you have a great rest of your day today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good one.
I mean, a magnificent performance by Brunson and his teammates. Bridges, of course, with the 41 points. Brunson, again, such a star with his team. And the Knicks find a way in a ball game that had 20 lead changes and 12 ties. They lost that lead of 5 at the end of the 3rd quarter and found a way to not only allow Wembanyama, allow to have a career-type day here on Christmas at the Garden, but they get the win in the end.
I'll tell you what, you're watching people walk out now into their Christmas afternoon in New York City, and The Knick fans are happy because you got to see a star have a star arrival type performance in Victor Wembanyama, but the home team ended up getting the win. You win or you learn, right? And a lot of coaches say that. Tom Thibodeau says that. So the Knicks get the win, and they're able to survive what was a struggle a bit for Brunson offensively, Towns offensively, Bridges gets it going, and the hustle plays. But on the other side, what are the Spurs learning about them? And I think one thing that for Victor Wembanyama to take it to that next step, it's hard to believe there's more, but there is for him. Superstar level. You get to the last 5 minutes of a game. The game is in hand. You're on the road. He's got to get into beast mode. He's got to understand, I cannot be passive. I can't settle for jumpers. I've got to take it to this team and take this win. He'll get to that point. You can see it. The talent's all there. Mentality continues to grow.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Sean. This was a lot of fun.
Sure was. Our final score here again at Madison Square Garden. The New York Knicks 117. The San Antonio Spurs 114. For Alan Hahn, producer Ivan Sokolsky, and engineer Paul Schrager. I'm Sean Kelly from New York. Still to come, the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Stand by for that. In the meantime, let's go to Kevin Winter in the studio with the post-game show.
Sean and Alan, Merry Christmas to you guys. Our game flow brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at Progressive.com. Next, we're down 102.94 with 7:16 to go in the fourth, and then...
The angle screen comes out of the left front court to the right side of the lane. Shoots on a fade. Oh, yep. This is Mikal Bridges' night now. 116-111. 41 for Bridges.
Second most ever by a Knick on Christmas Day. It's our Getting It Done play of the game, brought to you by Grainger, with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. A 23-16 close for the Knicks, and they win 117-114. Knicks have won 5 in a row now for the call of Game 2 of our Christmas Day doubleheader, a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. We go to American Airlines Center in Dallas, Timberwolves and the Mavericks, alongside PJ Carlissimo. Here's Mark Estisher.
All right, Kevin Winter, thank you very much. We welcome everybody to downtown Dallas, Game 2 of our Christmas doubleheader. And PJ, like in Game 1 in New York City, where you had Victor Wembanyama in his Christmas debut. Coming up short, Anthony Edwards will make his long-awaited Christmas debut against Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and the Dallas Mavericks. Two teams heading in very different directions at this very moment.
Yeah, no question about that. Minnesota's lost 3 straight. They're sitting at 500, 14-14, a little bit surprising. But Ant-Man, second team All-NBA last year, gets to make his debut. Tough act to follow. Victor did pretty well, other than not getting the win in New York. And here, Luka Doncic coming off a 50-point Christmas Day last year. That's also going to be a tough act to follow.
As Kevin mentioned, it's a rematch of the Western Conference Finals. They've already met one time earlier this year, very early in the season, late October. Mavericks went up to Minnesota, won 120-114.
And they're only playing 3 times this year, so they could clinch it with the win today, the Dallas Mavericks.
Now, Anthony Edwards in that game actually had his best offensive game of the year. He scored 37 points, had 24 of them in the first quarter. Hard to put your finger on what has been the problem. Not only have they lost 3 in a row for the 3rd time this year, the Timberwolves, but this last 3-game losing streak is all by double digits. Not been close.
They're struggling because they're not putting the ball in the basket, and it's putting too much pressure on their defense. Prior to this losing streak, they had won 6 out of 7. They were holding opponents to under 93 points a game. They were literally playing the best defense in the NBA, and they went from that to inability to hit shots, including Ant-Man. He's been under 20. So they are really struggling, and they're in the midst of a terrible stretch right now. This is Game 2 of a 3-game stretch. They go at Houston on Friday. Then they get the Spurs at home, which is no bargain. Then they go to OKC and Boston at home. So it's getting a lot tougher going forward.
And with that San Antonio loss at the Garden, we now have a 3-way tie for the moment for 9th place in the West. San Antonio, Minnesota, Phoenix plays a little bit later on today. Dallas is sitting 4th in the West. Youth is being served in the Western Conference here on Christmas Day, which is traditionally feels like opening day 2.0. Oklahoma City 23-5. The Houston Rockets are 2nd in the West at 20-9, and Memphis has made a great comeback with Ja Morant healthy at 20-10, just a half game ahead of the Mavs.
They're playing well, and again, the Mavs, as you just mentioned, Kes, they only trail them by a half. They're 2 full games ahead of Denver, but so many young players playing so well. And all you got to look at when you talk about the Dallas Mavericks is that combination they've got at center. Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford playing really, really well and particularly impacting the game on the defensive end of the floor.
And they have brought in new players from their finals run last year. Klay Thompson, obviously no stranger to Christmas Day, will play his first as a member of the Dallas Mavericks. Quentin Grimes, outstanding defender, and Najee Marshall, another long guy at 6'6", who came from New Orleans. Let's give you the starting lineups for this Christmas Day matchup for the visiting Timberwolves. 14-14 on the season. Mike Conley, the 18-year veteran point guard, with Anthony Edwards, averaging 23 points per game so far on the season, shooting 41% from three. That back line has Jaden McDaniels, outstanding defender. Julius Randle, who came over from New York in the Karl Anthony Towns trade. And in the middle, big Rudy Gobert, the four-time defensive player of the year. Actually, defensive metrics have been down so far this season. For the Dallas Mavericks, the outstanding superstar backcourt of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Luka sixth in the league in scoring, nearly 29 points a game. Kyrie checks in at 23 points per game. Told you about the front line of Klay Thompson and P.J. Washington. 4 championships for Klay in his 13 years with Golden State and many Christmas Day games. And in the middle, Derek Lively. They're going with the second-year man from Duke as a starter, and Gafford comes off the bench, as you pointed out.
Don't sleep on Julius Randle. He's averaging over 21 a game when he plays here in his hometown. You got to think he's going to be pumped up playing Christmas Day in his hometown.
Jump ball controlled by the Mavericks in the blue uniforms. Silver numbers heading from right to left as we watch it in front of this sold-out crowd here in downtown Dallas. Luka from the right will send it into P.J. Washington. Back out to Klay Thompson. Leaning three is a miss. And rebounded by Mike Conley, yeah, Minnesota in the white jersey.
He shot that to get fouled. He thought he was going to get the foul call, and he did not.
Anthony Edwards been sluggish of late by his standards. Drives baseline, finds the cutting Gobert, who takes it right to the rack with a two-hand slam.
When Rudy Gobert is aggressive offensively and defensively, Minnesota's a significantly better team.
That's a great point. Here's Luka driving into a trio of defenders. Lifts it for Lively at the rim for the slam.
The centers trade emphatic dunks to get this one started.
Yeah, Gobert's offensive numbers, which are usually in the teens, but they've been below 10 at times, and when he's in single digits, the defense just hasn't been there.
Some days he looks like he's not even trying to score.
Here's Randle spinning in the high post, ducks in a bit, gets off the tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Dallas. Klay Thompson outlets to Irving. Irving's going to attack McDaniels. Double comes. He's crowded. Sends it outside. Luka lines up a three and connects for his first tonight.
That pass went from Kyrie was in the restricted area to Lively by the dotted line to outside the three to Luka.
Luka had 8 three-pointers, tying a Christmas Day record a year ago when he went for 50 in Phoenix. 5-2 Dallas, 90 seconds in. Anthony Edwards getting a lot of defensive traffic. Sends it over to Conley. Right side catch and shoot. Missed the three. Loose ball saved on the end line barely by P.J. Washington.
Mike Conley's really struggling offensively.
The looping pass from 30 feet, a little too far for Klay Thompson from Kyrie Irving and a Dallas turnover.
Yeah, he had Mike Conley playing behind him. Might have had a little hand in his back, preventing him from really jumping up and catching that pass.
Dallas Mavericks playing on Christmas Day for the 8th time. 5th consecutive year. This is the 3rd for Minnesota, first since 2017.
Yeah, a little surprising.
Anthony Edwards cuts, bumped, and a foul inside. They got P.J. Washington on that one. Yeah, it's been a while for Minnesota, just as their trips between conference finals took a couple of decades.
Amen. I tell you, Anthony Edwards talking to Sean Sweeney, the excellent assistant coach, specializing in defense for the Mavs, said you have to mix things up against Ant-Man as you do against any great player.
Minnesota works it around the horn. McDaniels airballs a three from the right corner. Been just a little bit off Jaden McDaniels this year. Here's Doncic against McDaniels for three, a miss. Long rebound. Randle secures for the T-Wolves.
We talked about Minnesota not shooting. They had 2 air balls from Conley and McDaniels to start the three-point attempts.
9.5 to go. First quarter. Edwards launching a triple and connecting. Anthony Edwards, who's had a lot of good looks from outside and taken more this year than usual, but this hasn't been going down for him of late. Kyrie Irving drives, stops against Gobert, pivots to the left, got his shot deflected. Lively comes up with it for Dallas. Another shot, Klay Thompson, a miss from 3. Gobert has the rebound. And Jaden McDaniels, a little slow getting back up court, ran into the first row of the crowd. Here's Anthony Edwards finding McDaniels, who busts into the front court, gets around Lively, miss, tried the putback, no, got his rebound again, but lost it, and Luka comes away with it. Tied at 5, 9 minutes to go in the first. Luka pulls for 3 and hits his second of the afternoon here on Christmas Day.
There really does seem to be a lid on the basket for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Timberwolves so far 2 for 8 from the field. Julius Randle, wide open corner 3, good. Randall's having a running dialogue with Luka Doncic already as they exchange triples against one another. 8-8 score. Mavs and T-Wolves, 8.5 to go first quarter. Luka using the high screen, dribbles to the free throw line, backs up, fades, fires, and connects. 8 quick points for Luka Doncic.
Did you say Luka's engaged?
Yes. 366 days ago, right? We're coming off a leap year. He went for 50 points and 15 assists. Only the 4th member of the 50-plus club on Christmas. Anthony Edwards, free throw line, pass to the right, McDaniels, leaner, looping shot, good from 10 for Jaden McDaniels.
Big McDaniels come a long way. He's already established himself as a premier defender. The second-team All-NBA defense last year.
Kyrie's going to author a 3. No good. Rebounded by Randall. 10-10 game here in the early going. Randall's going to try to penetrate, knocked it away, got it back. Pass to the corner, tipped away by Luka, out of bounds. He was trying to find Conley in the corner.
You know, watching tapes getting ready for this game, Cassie, I didn't remember, I'm sure he did, I didn't remember Julius busting out on rebounds and leading the fast break. He's been putting the ball on the floor and just taking it like foul line to foul line. When he gets a defensive rebound, he'll initiate the break for the Wolves.
Remember, he played his last few years with the Knicks. Injury kept his season shortened last year. Traded in the Karl Anthony Towns deal. Off the inbound, Minnesota with it. Anthony Edwards, hop back 3, good from the left wing, and the Ant-Man with a couple of triples.
They can't let him shoot that open. I mean, he's pretty comfortable. Look, his 2 threes so far.
13-10 Minnesota. Luka, 2-man game now with Gafford. Tried to lob it to him. Gafford never saw it, never got his arms up. Went through the lane, turned it over. Randall dribbles front court for the T-Wolves. Drives by Irving, right into Gafford, who commits the foul, trying to get the block at 7:13 to go here in the first quarter. And then Gafford came up a little gimpy with that right leg after going up with 2 hands to try to block it.
Got his Christmas shoes on. He's got the green shoes on.
I call them Grinch green, but they're a little more mint.
Yeah, exactly.
Than Grinch. 13-10, Timberwolves lead the Mavericks, 7:13 to go, first quarter from American Airlines Center in Dallas. And Julius Randle is averaging 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists at the line. Hits the first of 2. You mentioned he was born and raised in Dallas, went to high school, Plano High School. And a return home for Mr. Randle here on this Christmas Day.
As one of the high scorers, career high scorers against the Dallas Mavericks. Players from the state of Texas, when they come in here, he's always good for, he has been always good for 21.
It's both free throws, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have scored 7 in a row. 15-10 lead, 7 minutes to go first quarter. Doncic with 8 points working is fouled on the perimeter by Rudy Gobert, who was just trying to fight through screens and get into Luka's space, and that'll be a personal on Gobert, his first.
And those guys have also hooked up internationally over the years. Yeah. Rudy Gobert.
Little France versus Slovenia.
Yeah, Luka Doncic.
Inbound to Gafford. That right leg appears to be all right. Gets it to Kyrie. Sets a screen. Now Kyrie drives into the lane. Gets deep. Tough shot over Conley. Goes down. Wow. Wasn't sure how he was going to get square or set up, but Kyrie got the bucket.
One of the best finishers in the league, particularly with that left hand.
15-12, Minnesota with the lead in the ball. Anthony Edwards drives by Washington into Gafford, takes it to the rack and scores. He seems engaged this afternoon.
More than engaged, as does Randall, as does Luka. They're not letting the game come to them. They're getting after it.
8 for Ant-Man. Irving rises right over Conley and drains a left side 3.
The players will not kid you. Playing on Christmas Day is special. They don't pretend it's just another game.
17-15 Minnesota. First Christmas Day game for Ant Edwards. Driving on Irving. Backs up. Baseline. Jay popped out. Off the hands of Gobert and hits the baseline out of bounds to Dallas. And an outstanding first segment. We saw some threes. And we got a 2-point game at the first break.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the word engaged is very much in play today. A lot of players looking to step up on Christmas Day.
Timeout from Dallas, 6:07 to go, first quarter. Timberwolves 17, the Mavericks 15. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack, perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness with daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho, 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 ho.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
When an injury takes your kid out of the game, the team at Seattle Children's is here for you. With the most experienced orthopedics and sports medicine professionals in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle Children's all-star team will get your kid back in the game and back to being a kid. Learn more at seattlechildrens.org.
I'm Kevin Richards, 6:07 to go in the opening quarter. Minnesota leads Dallas 17-15. Don't forget to log on to our social media accounts at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone In the Zone poll question. Who's going to get in the zone for this matchup? We're keeping this one really simple. Anthony Edwards or Luka Doncic? In the Zone, brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone, those two players combined already, 6 of 8 from the floor, 4 for 5 from distance, and they have a combined 16 points. I think we did all right. Mark Kessinger, PJ Carlissimo, back to you in Dallas.
Yeah, Kev, the Star Watch is on early, and Anthony Edwards, if you go back to the first meeting, PJ, now has 32 first quarter points against Minnesota.
When we were talking to
Dallas, I should say.
Dallas coach Jay Kidd before the game, he said Ant-Man had an easy 24.
That's right.
I don't know, in a quarter. He said he had 24, not in a game, in the first quarter, and it was easy.
Coach speak for we got to be a little bit better, but when he's as aggressive as he has been, it's tough to contain him.
Well, you said Star Watch. Luka and Kyrie have 13 of Dallas's 15. Edwards and Randall have 13 of the Mavs 17. So the Stars are out.
One change in the Dallas lineup. Quentin Grimes is in right now. Doncic dribbling near half court. Gafford sets a high screen to free him. Dribbling past Edwards, who now gets behind him at the three-point line. Sidestep three. Doncic comes up short and into the arms of Rudy Gobert.
A number of air balls already from both teams.
Naz Reid in the game, the reigning sixth man of the year, as well as Alexander Walker for Minnesota. Here's Edwards going baseline. Tough shot on the fade, missed it. He and Doncic are having a good time, barking at each other, slapping each other on the back. Here's Kyrie for three, no good. Rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Jaden McDaniels into the front court will put it into the hands of Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's been a really good bench player, almost 10 points a game. Edwards, pull it pass down low to Gobert for the easy jam.
3 Olympians on the floor for the Wolves right now. Nickeil Alexander-Walker also played for Canada. Ant-Man, of course, for the United States, and the Stifle Tower for France.
International game, the NBA. Here's Kyrie Irving with the Mavs down 4. What a move to get by Walker Alexander. Pass to Doncic for 3. Good! 3 first quarter triples for Doncic, who's got 11. 19-18. Dallas still down 1. Anthony Edwards, 4.5 to go first quarter. McDaniels, lengthy, long from the left corner, drives into the lane, pitches it out. Wide open corner 3. Alexander Walker missing. Rebounded by Luka.
Really good look on a good feed from McDaniels.
Luka using the high screen, dribbling down the middle against Gobert. Off the wrong foot, puts it toward the rim. Gafford went up, couldn't come down with it. Now he trails in numbers for Dallas. For Minnesota, rather. And Edwards trying to find Reed, knocked out of bounds. Looks like it'll stay with the Timberwolves, and we'll have some more changes here. Dante DiVincenzo feels he played every Christmas, just in all different uniforms, 4 different uniforms. Comes in for Minnesota for McDaniels.
He's got a chance, Kesty. If they would win today, Minnesota, Dante would have 4 straight wins with 4 different teams on Christmas Day. That's incredible.
Minnesota last year, the Knicks, Golden State before that, and Milwaukee before that. Here is Dante driving baseline left. Finds nobody, tried to pass last minute right into the hands of Doncic. Turnover Timberwolves.
They got caught up in the air.
Spencer Dinwiddie on the floor. Pitches it to Grimes. Left corner triple try. No. And Dante DiVincenzo rebounds. DiVincenzo just has not had the same impact he's had in New York.
He's not comfortable yet.
Naz Reid backing Maxi Kleber into the post, turns, put up a wild shot with the left hand, no good. Looking to David Guthrie, the official, for a call, and didn't get it.
Well, refs are letting him play. There's been a lot of barking so far. Players think they're getting fouled, and there's no calls.
Kleber to Gafford. Ant-Man with the strip inside. Loose ball. DiVincenzo has it. Back to Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 1. 3:15 to go in the first. Edwards doubled, pass is batted away, but controlled by the Timberwolves. And now a pass on the baseline cut to Nickeil Walker-Alexander goes out of bounds. Turnover, Minnesota.
Minnesota very good at forcing turnovers. It's one of the few areas so far this year where they would have an advantage over Dallas. They're 6th in the league in opponent turnovers. Dallas is 21.
Game settling in now right after a hot start shooting. 3:07 to go in the first. Teams have cooled off. Here's Lively front court. Into the corner, Kleber finds Doncic, puts it at the rim. Lively couldn't finish, a little too tall. Down floor, DiVincenzo. Ball whipping around. Now Nickeil Alexander Walker saves it on the far side to Julius Randle. Randle on the bounce against Kleber. Into the mid-post, turns. Passes out DiVincenzo. Ball fake on the 3, 8 to shoot. Gets it to Anthony Edwards, who directs traffic. Edwards one-on-one against Quentin Grimes. Pulls just inside the arc, missed it, and the rebound to Dallas.
Yeah, directing traffic, man. He just said, Dante, get out of the way. I'm going to shoot it.
Dinwiddie gets by Randle. High off the window, no. Lively, no, because Naz Reid was in the way to bang it off the backboard. Alexander Walker looking for contact, shot, missed it.
That's the 5th different time a player has shot it. Really not trying to make the shot, looking for a call from the officials. Officials are not giving him that call.
David Guthrie, Kevin Cutler, Natalie Sago. Not much on the whistle department. Here's Dinwiddie driving outside Grimes. Wide open 3 is good from the top, and Dallas takes the lead on that triple, 21-19, and a timeout called.
Dallas doing a nice job making the extra pass, creating some open opportunities.
2:03 to go in our opening quarter from Dallas. The Mavericks have taken the lead 21-19 over the Timberwolves. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Come on, Mufasa. Let's get in some trouble.
This holiday season, destiny awaits you. You can grab your friends and experience Mufasa the Lion King in 3D.
Everything the light touches belongs to me.
You'll have to take it. Don't miss the perfect family Christmas movie.
Now went swimmingly, if I say so myself.
Disney's Mufasa the Lion King.
Oh, yeah. That looks good.
Now playing only in theaters. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Tickets on sale now.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Everyone's invited to the most action-packed, triple-double drama-filled holiday party of the season, the NBA on Christmas Day. Come see the Spurs take on the Knicks. Meet the Mavs and the T-Wolves under the mistletoe.
What a gift!
Watch the Sixers and the Celtics light up the court.
Stuffed like a stocking.
Feast on a battle between the Warriors and the Lakers, and cap off the celebrations with the Suns and the Nuggets. Don't miss the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
I'm Kevin Richard. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Game 2 of our Christmas Day doubleheader in the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
We are inside our Grainger studio with supplies and solutions for every industry. Grainger has the right product for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Spurs fall to the Knicks 117-114 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Mikal Bridges, 41 points, 15 in the fourth quarter. Victor Wembanyama had 42. Third instance of dueling 40-point games on Christmas Day. Elgin Baylor and Oscar Robertson did it. Wilt Chamberlain and Richie Guerin also did it, both coming in 1961. Mark Kessinger, PJ Calissimo, back to you.
Special guy, and if that three hadn't been wiped off on that foul, he would have tied Wilt Chamberlain's
Yeah, they took it away from him on a screenplay. How about the three-point shooting already? 5 for 11 for Dallas. 3 for 6 for Minnesota. Kind of opposite. Minnesota, number 5 in the league in attempts. They shoot over 40 a game. Dallas is 23. They normally only take 35 and a half. They got 11 up already.
Well, Minnesota is in good offensive early, but no Anthony Edwards on the floor now. Josh Minot just in the game. Misses a three-point try out of the corner. They got Julius Randle, they got Alexander Walker, Naz Reid on the floor, and Dante DiVincenzo, who's defending Kyrie Irving. Luka on the bench. Irving's going to drive DiVincenzo into the lane. Leans, they're going to wave off the basket. A charge against Kyrie Irving as Nickeil Alexander-Walker took the charge.
Yeah, Natalie Sago looked over to Kevin Cutler to make sure he was not in the restricted area. I thought he was pretty deep. I'm waiting to see.
And it looks like Jason Kidd wants to use his challenge early.
Oh, he wasn't, and then he took a little jump back, and his heel ended up in the restricted area. I think this is going to be overturned.
Jason Kidd hopped off the bench, and he was looking to the official.
Dallas is challenging the ruling of an offensive foul.
That was David Guthrie, our lead official here. And Jason had both hands up, say, wait, hold on, looking at his assistants who were checking.
Yeah, Natalie looked over. I thought Kevin Cutler would, come in with the late whistle and go, no. His heel was on the line. See, initially, we're watching the replay on the Jumbotron. That's interesting. He initially was outside the area. And I think he hopped back of his own volition. I don't think it was the force of the play that drove him back.
I would agree with you. We're watching the replay on our ABC and ESPN television monitors, also on the big scoreboard above us as well. Irving was bringing the force. It looked like Alexander Walker had position. The question is, did he step back into that restricted area?
Or was he knocked back and the contact knocked him back? It looked to me like he hopped back on his own. Here comes David Guthrie.
After replay review, the defender did not have a legal guarding position as his heel was over the top of the restricted area line. The heel being over the line is considered being in. Therefore, the basket will count. It'll be a blocking foul. Irving will shoot one shot. Dallas will retain their timeout and their challenge.
And that's a great teaching point as well. It's not only stepping on that line, it's having your heel over the line. The line goes straight up.
Yep.
So we wipe that foul off of Kyrie Irving's ledger. We give it to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We put 2 points on the board for Kyrie Irving and a chance Had a three-point play as Kevin Cutler looks over to the scoring table, looks over to his fellow officials, puts one finger in the air, saying one free throw for Kyrie Irving.
There's more than one coach or assistant coach on the Minnesota bench just shaking the hand going, that's the way it's been going. Instead of the offensive foul, we're going to get 3 points laid on top of it.
Irving completes the three-point play. Kyrie and Luka combining for 18 of Dallas's 24 points.
Watch going forward. Lively and Julius Randle kind of got hooked up boxing out there. I don't think a problem right now, but watch later on.
Here's Randle shooting over Lively and burying a three-pointer from on top.
And stares right at him.
2 for 2 for Julius Randle, 35% three-point shooter. He's got 8.
David Guthrie, the official, saw that also. I think he just warned both of them.
Irving for 3 out of the left. No good. Went through the hands on the rebound, but corralled by Dante DiVincenzo.
Excuse me, Kesty, is always around the ball.
Naz Reid, 6th man of the year, driving into Kleba. Goes left hand off the glass, lays it in, and is still complaining. He thought he got contacted as well.
There's been a lot of complaining, a lot of contact.
Dinwiddie drives, no-look pitch in the corner. Kleba up top to Grimes. 24 all, 40 seconds to go first quarter. Irving doubled, finds Lively in the lane. Pass outside to the wing. Here's Dinwiddie, a little push shot, in and out. Lively's attempt could not get it over Randle and in, and here comes Dallas.
5 on 4, here comes Lively late getting back.
Randle into Grimes at the elbow. Pass down low to Minot, who puts it up and in.
That's why they got they moved the ball. It was 5 on 4 situation, and Minnesota did a good job finding the open man.
Well, Josh Minot in his 3rd year. He's been in the summer league each of the last 3 years, getting rotational minutes. 26-24 Timberwolves. Lively, blocked by Reed. Minot comes up with a loose ball. Up ahead, Alexander Walker. Euros down the lane, pitches out to DiVincenzo. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Randle with 2 beyond the stripe. Will launch a 3. Missed it back iron. And that's the end of the quarter. Nice finish for the Timberwolves, who lead by 2 after 1.
Good quarter. It started out with a lot of offense, but I think the combination of maybe too many times trying to get fouled as opposed to trying to make a strong shot. Both teams kind of struggled after that. Referees are letting them play.
Minnesota scored the final 7 of the quarter. 26-24 lead over the Mavericks through 1 in Dallas. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
I'm Kevin Winter inside our Granger studio with the NBA on ESPN Radio on Christmas Day, and it's brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Don't forget to tune in to today's trivia question, airing later on in the broadcast. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper. 1 quarter complete in game number 2 of our doubleheader.
International game, the NBA. Here's Kyrie Irving with the Mavs down 4. What a move to get by Walker Alexander. Pass to Doncic for 3. Good! 3 first quarter triples for Doncic, who's got 11. 19-18, Dallas still down 1.
Luka 4 for 6 from the floor in the opening 12, 3 for 5 from distance. He has those 11. Kyrie Irving has 8, but Minnesota has the 2-point lead thanks to 16 combined points for Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards. 26-24, we start the second quarter back in Dallas. Alongside PJ Carlissimo, once again, Mark Kestisher.
All right, Kev, thanks a lot. And look, the offense wasn't great for Minnesota, but the defense way better, especially the first quarter. They got almost ran out in Atlanta the other day.
Yeah, no question, and that was really important for them. Dallas also would have loved to have jumped on them early, and Minnesota prevented that from happening. Interesting paint points. Minnesota 10, Mavs 6, complete opposite of what you would expect. Minnesota's 25th in the league in paint points, and Dallas is 5. And the game's been played in the half court, Kesty. Second chance points, neither team has any. And fast break points, the Mavs have the only 3. So the whole thing has been in the half court. That should favor Dallas, but so far it's been Minnesota dominating the paint.
Well, Minnesota 22nd in offensive efficiency this year. Always a good defensive team. They're top 5 in defensive efficiency. They're number 4 in points allowed. The points allowed has not been the problem. Last 10 games, they have actually averaged allowing less than 100 points. It has been the offense, and right now, good enough for a 2-point lead as we get the second quarter underway. Second units remain on the floor. Julius Randle, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Nasri, Josh Minott, and Dante DiVincenzo for Minnesota.
Yeah, all we're saying is both of these teams are top 10 field goal percentage defense and three-point percentage defense. So they both defend very well in the half court.
Here's Dante DiVincenzo through the lane, passes out to Reed. Quick pass over to the left to Alexander Walker, drives the elbow, jumper missed. Long rebound secured by Najee Marshall, one of the new Dallas Mavericks this year. Gives it to Luke, who's on the floor, fires a pass to Clay. One bounce three-pointer, good! Clay Thompson, one more three-pointer away from tying the great Reggie Miller for 5th all-time.
I can assure you, having sat on an opposite bench many times, when you see Clay Thompson shooting a corner jump shot, you just always assume it's going in.
Luka Doncic with a perimeter foul, his first. By the way, ABC was showing Clay Thompson's very first three-pointer. Remember, his rookie season opened on a Christmas Day. So his very first 3 was on Christmas Day, and going to pass Reggie Miller most likely here today to move into 5th all-time. He's 1 away from tying. Here's Randle on the drive, and a late whistle. Contact underneath. Randle's shot no good. He'll get to the free throw line.
Julius had a little trouble getting the shot off. He was dribbling with his right hand, which is not his strong hand. He's a left-hander, and had a little trouble getting the shot up to the rim, partially because he got fouled, but partially because he was actually losing control of the ball.
Foul was on Derek Lively, his first. Julius Randle, born and raised here in Dallas. First one is good. It is the 7th Christmas Day game for him, but he pointed out to our pal George Sedano on the ABC Between Quarters interviews. He's looking right at his mom as he did the interview.
Right there courtside, exactly. I'll tell you what, Julius Randle's the guy, Kesty, that one of the things you write on the board is he makes the second one kind of bounced all over the rim. You say don't foul him because he'll take difficult shots. Now, he makes some, but he will take difficult shots, so you don't want to bail him out and put him on the free throw line.
He's got 10 points early. Timberwolves lead by 1. Klay Thompson dribbles into a double team in the post, kicks it out to the opposite side. Kleba lost the handle, but able to shovel it to Thompson. Defender flies by. Clay's open, and there he is tied, number 5 all-time in threes with Reggie Miller.
That one was from the left corner, the earlier one from the right corner. Same result.
2,560 triples for Klay Thompson. It has given the Mavericks a 2-point lead. Randle backs down to the free throw line. Outside DiVincenzo, a rainmaker. Wow, that a high arc and a triple good for DiVincenzo.
Former Nick to former Nick.
Thompson has it. Mavericks down 1, 31-30. Gives it up, gets it back on the baseline drive, passes it out. This is Kleba finding Thompson for 3. Missed it. Weak side. Doncic can't put it in. He was right there and rebounded by Randle.
He had 2 hands on the rebound and just basically missed the layup.
Alexander Walker bumped a little bit, knocks home a 3 with Najee Marshall right up in him. 34-30 Timberwolves.
Well, I'll tell you what, the teams are getting threes up so far, both teams.
Luka working through some screens, has a double, fires the pass left corner, now to Thompson. Hops back, takes a three, missed it. Rebound underneath, and Minot has it for Minnesota.
And Thompson himself is 2 for 5 from 3.
DiVincenzo a three, no good. Long rebound, Dallas has it. Luka into the front court, 9.5 minutes to go before halftime. 34-30 Dallas. Luka opposite corner, Thompson. From the left, drives into the lane, lofts it for Lively. Little off balance and too far, and Derek couldn't grab it.
And usually those lobs to Derek Lively are 100%. So far, they've struggled today to complete them.
A little bit of ragged play here as Minnesota works it around the horn. Randall's got it on the angle right. 9:09 to go, first half. Randall against Lively. Puts it on the deck, left hand to the dotted line. Finds Minot, left corner. His three-pointer misses. Rebounded by Luka.
13 three-point attempts for Minnesota, 16 for Dallas already.
Offensive foul off the ball as Luka Doncic was driving into the front court. That will...
I think they got Maxey on who's the foul?
It is on Maxey, yes. Yep. Off the ball, Maxey Kleber picks up his first.
Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo's walking around shaking the cobwebs out of his head, so Maxey might have gotten a little bit too aggressive with the screen.
Chris Finch ran a bit without Anthony Edwards, who was just checked back into the lineup with Jaden McDaniels, and the Timberwolves leading. So that's a win, right? The bench grabs you the 4-point lead, and now the Ant-Man back on the floor. He looks a little frustrated with some of the movement on this play call. High screen comes, ball is tipped into the hands of Reed. Nas drives high off the window and in. They salvage 2 points out of it.
Because of a good individual move by Najee Reed.
36-30 Timberwolves. Biggest lead of the afternoon. Doncic leans right into McDaniels, gets the whistle, and puts it off the glass and in. Luka with a few words for the Timberwolves bench. Maybe a couple of the fans as well, and off to the line, a chance at three.
Yeah, Chris Finch is saying, Luka came into Jaden McDaniels' territory. Easy way to think about it is defenders in the telephone booth, and you know, whether he comes out of the booth and violates the offensive players area, or that time Luka got him up in the air and kind of leaned in and caused the contact.
Luka, three-point play as he gets the free throw. He's the high scorer so far with 14 here in the first half. Mavericks down 3.
We have a lot of chirping from both teams so far in this game, and it will continue.
A lot of chirping, not as many whistles here on Christmas Day. The Ant-Man being defended well by Marshall. Gets around a screen. Euros into the lane. Pass to the wing is tipped away by Klay Thompson, who has the steal. Gets it in the hands of Doncic. Right to left into the front court against DiVincenzo. Pulls, thought about a three. Gives to Thompson. Turn pass tipped and intercepted.
McDaniels with the contest. That deflection caused the turnover.
DiVincenzo drives, passes out to the wing to Reed. Now finds the relocated DiVincenzo. His three is off the rim, the top of the backboard, and it falls through.
It literally climbed up the backboard, the spin. This kind of nestled on top and dropped straight in.
Second triple for DiVincenzo. Timberwolves back up 6, 39-33.
Boy, there's some careless passing.
Gafford from the three-point line was trying to hit the cutting Najee Marshall. And a foul. They call a foul there. Side out coming for Dallas. Klay Thompson, I believe.
May have called a kick. Did they call a foul?
Oh, you know what? They did call a kick because Klay is coming out of the game.
Yeah.
So kick ball, inbounds. Kyrie Irving has it on the left. Guarded very tightly by DiVincenzo. Now double deep in that left corner as Gobert comes over, forcing him out. Passes with 4 seconds to shoot to P.J. Washington. Recovers, shoots a three. Missed it. Offensive rebound try no because of a loose ball foul on Rudy Gobert, who's going to pick up his second foul of the game over the back against P.J. Washington.
Would you say it's fair to say that Chris Finch doesn't agree with Kevin Cutler's call?
I'd say that that's about as good as I've seen him move on that rebuilt leg in a while. He is not happy with that call.
7 turnovers, Kesty, already for Dallas. That's a big key. The Mavs have got to take good care of the ball against Minnesota.
Mavs down 6. Inbound Doncic spins. Little mid-range misses as Luka hits the deck. No whistle.
Everybody that's begging for a foul is not being answered.
DiVincenzo left corner three. Buries it, and Minnesota has its biggest lead. Up 9, timeout Dallas.
I dare say, Jay Kidd is going to mention to them, hey, guys, we got to stop falling down looking for the call because they're beating us in transition and getting open looks. against our defense.
14-3 Minnesota run powered by the three-point line and Dante DiVincenzo. He's got 3 of them. Minnesota 42, Dallas 33, 7 minutes to go in our opening half from Big D. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For over 55 years, you've trusted us for roofing, siding, windows, decking, and gutters. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors.
It's Fight Night, live boxing at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. A full evening of boxing action, Friday, January 10th. Make it a destination event. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this evening of pure excitement. The best in professional boxing. It's Fight Night, January 10th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Please game responsibly.
If you're looking to build a beautiful new custom deck, now is the time to take advantage of off-season savings from MasterDecks. Save big. Save up to $7,500 off your new deck from MasterDecks. From design to completion, MasterDecks does it all, building dream decks of all shapes and sizes across the Puget Sound. Don't miss out on off-season savings. Save up to $7,500 off your new deck. Get started today. Go to masterdecks.com. masterdecks.com.
Hey guys, ready to feel stronger, leaner, energetic, and more confident? For a limited time, Revive Men's Health offers 25% off TRT and ED bundles. Plus, get a free month of compounded semaglutide, a powerful proven weight loss medication with the same active drug as Ozempic. Terms and exclusions apply. Don't wait. This offer won't last.
Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I started Davis Law Group in 1994 to fight for the underdog. And as our team has grown, we've stayed true to that mission. Today, Davis Law Group is known for providing excellent service and even better results. Visit WashingtonAccidentBooks.com to get your free book on car accident law.
I'm Kevin Winter, inside our Granger studio with the NBA on ESPN Radio. News from ESPN senior NBA insider Shams Charania earlier today. Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat, the subject of trade speculation. Sources tell us Shams that Butler would prefer a trade out of Miami before the February 6th trade deadline. The Heat reportedly are willing to listen to offers. Butler has not demanded a trade or requested one as of yet. Butler would prefer a win-now contender like the Suns, the Warriors, the Rockets, or perhaps Dallas. Mavericks trail the Minnesota Timberwolves right now in the second quarter, 42-33. Minnesota, 13 assists on 15 made field goals, Kesty and PJ.
Kev, I should have done that when I was coaching. Could I have said I preferred to go to a team with a better roster, like so I look like I can coach?
I would ask you, how well did your team execute? And you'd be like, I'd like to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go to a contender.
Meanwhile, the two newest of Timberwolves, Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, having a good first half, 19 combined. Dante's got 9 in the quarter. Dallas out of the timeout with it. Kyrie feeds Gafford, the big man, up on the three-point line. Gets it right back to Kyrie with 6 to shoot. Out beyond the arc. He's going to drive inside the lane against Reed. He's going to put up a tough shot over Gobert, and he's going to connect.
What a degree of difficulty, I swear. Kyrie Irving makes more contested fallback, double pump, left-handed layups than anybody in the league.
That's a 6'2" guy on a couple of near 7-footers. 42-35, Minnesota still in command. Anthony Edwards trying to dribble at the top, and a foul. Najee Marshall, who was trying to keep pace, was right on the hip of the Ant-Man. Foul is on Marshall, his first.
There have not been many whistles cast in the game.
Good point.
If you hear a whistle, it sounds funny because the officials are letting them play. And both these teams are willing defensive teams. Both of them get after it and want to be physical.
I've got just 4 fouls on Minnesota, 6 now on Dallas. Halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, not very many.
Gobert back to the basket in the post, not even looking at the basket, and almost turned it over on his pass out to the Ant-Man with 3 to shoot. Anthony Edwards with 1 beyond the arc. Off-balance shot, hits it. Wasn't even set correctly, and late clock buries a 3.
Took a step back, then took a step forward, sideways, shot it with one hand, nothing but net.
Somebody dubbed him Anta Claus today. I believe he just delivered a gift. Here is Kyrie from three. Answers from outside. Little string music that time on the triple for Kyrie Irving.
Daniel Gafford had his head down there. I thought he got bumped on the head, but he's okay.
45-38. Minnesota still in front. 5.5 to go, and now off.
Here we
Ball.
go. Watch
Gafford
out.
and Gobert.
Yeah, see,
Gafford
something happened down here.
Pointed a finger toward Gobert. He's got a lot to say. Gobert's just listening. They're separated by about 5 or 6 players.
Daniel Gafford
officials.
may get a T out of this.
And when you have Kevin Cutler officiating, hard to get by that man.
Exactly.
He's the biggest referee there is.
I don't know. They're just calling the initial foul. They're not calling the little dust up.
It quieted down in a hurry. Gafford was spitting
Something
fire
happened
early.
down here. I knew the way he reacted. He was kind of shaking his head like, okay. And then down the other end, he didn't wait very long to initiate some contact himself.
Second foul on Gafford. Dante DiVincenzo out. Mike Conley is in.
They're playing against each other right now. Gafford guarding Gobert.
Gobert setting a high screen, backing off. Anthony Edwards gets through to the left and now lost it. Turnover Minnesota. Here's Spencer Dinwiddie on his horse into the lane. Pass was tipped out of bounds by Minnesota.
Tell you one thing, Chris Finch, the Minnesota coach, has got to be happier with Kesty. They're doing a much better job getting back in transition. That's really been a problem for them in this 3-game losing streak.
3 straight losses, all by 10 or more points for the Timberwolves on this trip. Inbound Dallas front court to Quentin Grimes. To Gafford against Gobert. Puts a sweeping shot, missed the rim, hit the backboard. Came down to Grimes, though. 9 to shoot. Dallas with it. To Irving drives. Outside Grimes for 3. Front rim and backboard. No contested rebound. T-Wolves come away with it. Anthony Edwards. Into the front court, shadowed tightly by Kyrie Irving.
Neither team yet has a second chance point.
Edwards to the top, now drives off balance, dotted line jumper, rolls in for Anthony Edwards. Edwards up to 13 points in his first Christmas Day game. Minnesota leads by 9. Kyrie passing into the corner, and Quentin Grimes has it and got bumped. Going to be a Dallas foul on Mike Conley. They'll call the block on him at 4:36 to go in the half. Gafford's going to come out, the Dallas big man, and Derek Lively is in.
And since the initial media timeout this quarter, this period, Kesty, we're getting a lot more whistles. I think the officials sense this game is maybe needs to get a little bit more under control.
Here's Dinwiddie from the left for 3. No good. McDaniels the rebound.
Jaden McDaniels, look at how long he's on. He's long enough, and his arms even longer. One of the reasons he's such a way above average defender.
6'9" and about a 7'3" wingspan. Here's Anthony Edwards. Somehow got the baseline pass all the way across. They go around the horn, and Randall trying to get it back to the Ant-Man on the right. Had it batted out of bounds. Minnesota has 7 to shoot on the sideline entry. Timberwolves leading by 9, 47-38, 4:11 to go first half. And Chris Finch runs up to call a timeout here. He wants to set something up with 7 on the shot clock.
Well, you know, again, the ref's letting him play early. It's not surprising that it's bogged down. Both of these teams are in the top 10 field goal percentage defense and 3-point defense. They will guard you. What you can't do if you're the Dallas Mavericks is turn the ball over against this Minnesota team, because they have been struggling to score.
7 turnovers for Dallas. Ant-Man has 13 for the Timberwolves, who lead at 47-38. Timeout here with 4:11 to go in the second quarter. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Tom Kelly's carbon fiber mountain bike. Because more than riding his carbon fiber mountain bike, Tom loves telling people about his carbon fiber mountain bike. Friends, family, even a local barista knows about his carbon fiber mountain bike. And that's why Tom's carbon fiber mountain bike, if you haven't heard about it, is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
From ESPN Podcast and Omaha Productions.
Ready? Here we go.
Coach, a new groundbreaking educational football podcast hosted by NFL legends Bill Belichick, Matt Patricia, and Michael Lombardi. In each episode, the coaches break down game-changing situations and front office management tactics, sharing insights from decades of coaching experience and opening up the Bill Belichick Encyclopedia of Football Knowledge. Created by football legends for football fans. New episodes of Coach drop weekly. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Everyone's invited to the most action-packed, triple-double drama-filled holiday party of the season, the NBA on Christmas Day. Come see the Spurs take on the Knicks. Meet the Mavs and the T-Wolves under the mistletoe.
What a gift!
Watch the Sixers and the Celtics light up the court.
Stuffed like a stocking.
Feast on a battle between the Warriors and the Lakers, and cap off the celebrations with the Suns and the Nuggets. Don't miss the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus.
I'm Kevin Winter inside our Granger studio with the NBA on Christmas Day here on ESPN Radio. 4:11 to go before the half, and Minnesota leads Dallas 47-38. Coming up on the AutoZone halftime report, we'll look back at game one of our doubleheader where the Knicks came away with a 117-114 victory over the San Antonio Spurs. Massive Christmas Day debut for Victor Wembanyama, but it comes in a loss. We'll hear from Mikal Bridges for the New York Knicks. 41 points, second most points ever scored by a Knick on Christmas Day. All coming up on the AutoZone halftime report. Mark Kessinger, PJ Carlissimo, back to you in Dallas.
Thank you, Kev. Always a great day, and looking forward to the 3 games that remain on ABC and ESPN. Sixers Celtics coming up next at 5 Eastern time, and the Timberwolves, PJ, on the road, sitting tied for 9th in the West against Red Hot Dallas. 47-38 lead over the Mavs, 4:11 to go in the half, and this is late clock for Minnesota. 7 to shoot on the inbound. Anthony Edwards has it, finds Randall, his 3 off the mark, rebounded by Kyrie Irving.
Well, the three-point shooting continues. The bench has been a big story for Minnesota. They have 18 bench points to only 3 for the Mavs. 14 of them are in this quarter. Of course, that's Dante DiVincenzo leading the way with 9.
Right of the circle jumper missed by Kyrie Irving. Gobert the rebound. And Dallas with 3 bench points. They're 5th in the NBA, averaging 52 per game. Here's Conley behind the screen, got off a 3, missed it. Rebound poked away by Gobert. Gobert spins, lefty wild shot off the glass, missed everything.
Still no second chance points for either team.
Kyrie, other end 3, no good. Flying in Grimes, but you saw the ball was on the rim, took his arms away. Minnesota comes down with it. 3:10 to go in the half. Anthony Edwards near the high post, backs up beyond the three-point line. T-Wolves by 9. Three-pointer up off the rim. No. Tapped in the air twice. Gobert taps it to the perimeter. Minnesota has it. Randall driving inside, and a whistle and a foul in the act of shooting will put Julius Randle to the line. Fouls on Kyrie Irving.
These will be some second chance points for a change here for Minnesota. Both teams have got called. Really, the shooting is bench points is a big story. Points off turnovers. Dallas has 7 turnovers, has led to 7 Minnesota points. Minnesota's yet to score off the 4 Dallas turnovers, but the shooting has been the story. We said how much Minnesota had been struggling coming in. They're shooting the ball well. They're shooting 44%, only 37 from Dallas. From 3, 47% from Minnesota, only 38 for Dallas. So team that had been struggling is shooting the ball much better.
A delay of game warning issued to Luka Doncic from
He refused to tuck his shirt in.
Now he's tucked it in. He's jogging down on the other end as Julius Randle has made it a 10-point game, splitting the free throws. Luka Doncic dribbling, terminates the dribble at the free throw line, frustrated, sends it out to Kyrie Irving.
Nice defense. He's limping a little bit there. Nice defense by Jaden McDaniels.
Might be that left calf maybe he's kind of reaching down toward as Conley misses, and Luka's not even going back the other way. He's grabbing that left leg, and he looks like a man in pain right now. 5-on-4 the other way. McDaniels gets a rebound off a Conley miss. Luka's still on the other end of the floor. Here's Minnesota hitting a 3. Conley, that makes it a 51-38 lead, and a timeout, and Luka's walking right toward the tunnel and will head toward the Dallas locker room. He was reaching, it looked below that left knee. I thought calf area, as one of the Dallas trainers sprints to meet with Luka. Now will walk with him out of the arena floor and toward the Dallas locker room.
Not a good sign, although Luka does have a history sometimes will stay down. Looks like he's in pain and comes back. But the fact that he headed to the locker room, even though there's only 2:30 to go, I'm looking to see if he stepped on. No, he did not. I thought maybe he stepped on Jaden McDaniels' feet. He did not on that play. What he did was step forward like with a fake, and then when he stepped back,
it might have twinged on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we had said it, or I had said at one point in calling the play-by-play, Luka terminates the dribble free throw line, and it was unusual because that's not usually where he would stop his move.
Yeah, our cousins at ABC are showing the replay again. I do not see any stepping on the foot. I just see him extending his foot out.
Now, he had a left heel injury that kept him out of a couple of games this week. I didn't see him reaching that far down, but it was the same leg.
Yeah, it's hard to speculate. You don't know. I mean, it could be calf, could be just extended it too far. Getting another look at the replay.
It was subtle. He goes to the free throw line. He steps forward with the right, steps back on the left, and then just stops his dribble and starts wincing.
And he's got a pained expression right then.
Yep.
Basically, he didn't move from that position the whole time the play went down the other end of the floor.
51-38 Timberwolves. Dallas in possession. 2:20 to go in the half. Irving, big hop step in the corner three. Blocked by Gobert. And the loose ball picked up by Minnesota.
These blocks, you're talking to reigning defensive player of the year, I believe, for the 4th time.
Indeed.
Has not been quite as dominant defensively so far this year.
Julius Randle, Dallas native, backing down Spencer Dinwiddie. Hits him twice hard, drives the lane, pitches out right side McDaniels. Now shovels it inside, and the stifled tower, Rudy Gobert, throws it down hard.
Dave McDaniels had a couple of nice passes today on his dribble penetration.
15-point Minnesota lead. Timberwolves up. Crowd is quiet and concerned with Luka Doncic leaving a short time ago as Dinwiddie is fouled in the lane on his shot at 1:40 to go here in the second. Julius Randle will pick up his first personal foul. Now, we don't know what's to happen with Luka the rest of today or moving forward, but this team has actually played pretty well. Without Luka, I don't think they want to bank on it moving forward, but they've played 8 games without Luka this year, and they're 6-2 in those games. Part of a 19-10 start to the season as Dinwiddie hits the first of 2.
Well, they have an incredible security blanket in Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
When the two of them are gone, things get a little difficult. But it's been unbelievable that they've been able to one cover for the other a number of times, which has really been important for them.
Dante DiVincenzo, who has 9 second-quarter points, replacing Jaden McDaniel. Dinwiddie hits 2 free throws. Mavericks crawl within 13, 53-40, Minnesota. 95 seconds to go, first half. Anthony Edwards with it, draws a double, finds Randle at the top. Julius drives, left-hand dribble, sends it down low to Gobert, right at the cup. Just had to lift a little bit and put it through. Rudy Gobert with 8 points.
Looking back at Luka's injuries, left heel contusion, right wrist sprain, right knee contusion. Possibly that left heel again could have been the factor in that injury.
Derek Lively misses an 8-footer. Minnesota with a 15-point lead in the ball, and we're about to approach 1 minute to go in the first half in quiet Dallas. Randle shot blocked by Thompson. More of a pass attempt than shot, but Thompson deflected it. Dinwiddie pulls for 3 on top, front rims it, and Gobert barely had to jump
ice
to grab
cold,
the rebound.
33%, a perfect 14 for 42, Dallas so far.
55-40 Minnesota. They'll take their time now.
Just to finish that test, we're talking the number 5 team in the league in field goal percentage.
DiVincenzo with 7 to shoot, puts it on the deck, drives into the lane, puts it up. Gobert comes down with it, and he's fouled at the rim. Derek Lively trying to cover, and the stifled tower will head to the line.
Coming alive, Rudy Gobert. All of a sudden, a little mini run himself.
Second foul on Lively. Here are the numbers for Gobert the other night. In that loss to Atlanta, he had 2 points, 2. Worse yet, he had 6 rebounds, which was the 3rd fewest in any game this year for Gobert. And right now, he's got 8 points, 8 rebounds. Make it 9 and 8 rebounds as he hits the first of 2 free throws.
Last 5 points for the T-Wolves been Rudy Gobert in the paint. Wholesale subs on both teams. Coaches trying to prevent players getting the third foul. Coach is trying to get good offensive players on the floor. But I'll tell you what, the shooting, you got to credit Minnesota's defense, but the number 5 field goal percentage team in the league, they're top 10 in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. Dallas, 33 from the field, 35 from 3.
Rudy Gobert makes both free throws. He scored the last 6 for Minnesota. Their lead has ballooned to 17, 57-40. Comes Dallas with half a minute to go in the first half. Dinwiddie met by Anthony Edwards. Keeps him near the half-court line. Shot clock at 13. Now Dinwiddie gets a high screen from Kleba. 9 to shoot. Dinwiddie still with a left-hand dribble off the switching defense. Has Gobert with 5 to shoot. Still on the arc. Dinwiddie dribbles. It's all Dinwiddie. Backs up. Long three. Front rims it. No. Randall the ball. 5 seconds to go in the half. Julius front court gives to Anthony Edwards. Sees the clock. Got off a shot way too late. But the Minnesota Timberwolves will enjoy a 17-point halftime lead. And the concern will keep you updated on Luka Doncic leaving late in the half.
Minnesota doing it with defense. Their bench has come up big. They've got 7 points off turnovers. They're also dominating in the paint. Excellent first half, for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, since Dallas's last lead, which was 30-28, Timberwolves closed the half on a 29-10 run. Halftime in Dallas, Minnesota 57, the Mavericks 40. Let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio. Here's the AutoZone halftime report.
Kesty PJ, AutoZone again in the zone. AutoZone, a 31-16 quarter for the Minnesota Timberwolves. You guys mentioned a 57-40 is the lead. 17-point advantage, the largest of the game for the Timberwolves. They shot 48% from downtown, 10 of 21, 47% from the floor. They had 16 assists on 20 made baskets in that opening 24 minutes. Timberwolves got the 17-point lead. Coming up next on the AutoZone halftime report, we look back to game 1 of our doubleheader. Absolute classic in Madison Square Garden between the Spurs and the Knicks. Victor Wembanyama in his Christmas Day debut. He did not disappoint. However, he was upstaged by Mikal Bridges of the Knicks in their three-point shooting. That's all coming up next on the AutoZone halftime report. It's Minnesota by 17 over Dallas. This is the NBA on Christmas Day on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
I'm Kevin Winter inside our Granger studio on the AutoZone halftime report. Minnesota leads Dallas 57-40, but the news for the Mavericks, not good. Luka Doncic left the game with 2:30 to go in that second quarter. According to the Mavericks, he has a left calf strain. Luka Doncic will not return to the game today for the Dallas Mavericks. They're down by 17. Meanwhile, game one of our doubleheader, Spurs and the Knicks at MSG. Christmas Day debut for Victor Wembanyama.
Ball will bring it up. Shirt sleeves on. Lobs to Wembanyama on the right side of the lane. Steps to the broken line. Shoots on a fade. Knocked it down. He thought he was fouled. That's a fading 14-footer, and Wemby has 19 and a half.
He finished with 24 in the first half.
Wemby pick and pop. Launches the left angle three. That's too strong. Rebound Vassell. Under the goal. Throws it back out when he left the castle. Set up Wemby. Top of the arc for three. Yep. 31 for Victor Wembanyama on his Xmas debut.
And then he went to the fourth.
Bounces into his right. Bridges off the catch for three. And Mikal Bridges is the guy right now for New York.
5 of 6 from downtown. 32 points.
He's got their last 9. Wemby for three. Good. Straight away answers right back. He's north of 40 at the Garden now.
That is 4 now. 3 of the last 4 games, he's hit 6 or more threes in a game. This is what we're talking about with this player.
42 points for Victor Wembanyama, the third most in his Christmas Day debut. He had 18 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. He was 6 of 16 from beyond the arc. However, he was actually upstage.
Bridges uses the angle screen, comes out of the left front court to the right side of the lane, shoots on a fade. Oh. Yep. This is Mikal Bridges' night now. 116-111. 41 for Bridges.
117-114 is your final. The Knicks win on a 23-12 close in the fourth quarter. Mikal Bridges had 41. We'll hear from Wemby in a second, but Mikal Bridges spoke with ESPN's Cassidy Hubbard.
Mikal, you certainly gave NBA fans, specifically Knicks fans, a gift of an exciting game. Second most points by a Knicks player on Christmas Day. What did this performance feel like for you?
It was great, man. I think just to feel the excitement from the crowd, my teammates, my coaches, man, you know, this is what I played for. So they give me the energy, give me the confidence to go out there and play.
Mikal Bridges for the New York Knicks, second most points by a Knicks player on Christmas Day, trailing only Bernard King, 60 points, which is a Christmas Day record. As for Victor Wembanyama, 42 and a loss in his Christmas Day debut.
I don't think it was a game about momentum. I think it was a game about being dogs when the clock starts going down, you know, under 5 minutes, under 3 minutes. We let them get some rebounds on us. We let them move us a little too much. So this is more what it was about. They didn't win against us because they played better basketball. Not at all.
Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs with the loss. They dropped to 15-15 on the season. The Knicks go to 20-10. They win their 5th consecutive game. Knicks win game one of our doubleheader, 117-114. Up next, give you the highlights of the first half. The Timberwolves have opened up a 17-point advantage. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
For decades, we've been more than just roofing. From siding and windows to custom decks and gutters, we've been helping customers protect and transform their homes. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing. I'm proud to announce our new name, State Roofing and Exteriors. The same trusted team, the same quality service, now with a name that says it all. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors. Your home, your way, held to a higher standard since 1968.
At 65 years old, Brian has a rather demanding hobby.
My biggest passion is snow skiing, and I ski between 70 and 80 days per year. And I ski instruct at a private resort in Montana.
Needless to say, that can be a bit tough on the joints.
When this knee started to bother me, I thought, I'm doomed.
That's when Brian decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
If I did yard work or skied a few days in a row, I was fighting swelling and pain and no sleep and all sorts of problems, and that has absolutely gone away.
So are you back on the slopes?
I mean, I had a 14-day stretch with clients where I skied every day and I had no problem. It was fine. It was just like, I felt like new.
So I'm guessing you would recommend this to others.
Oh, I already have. I've told everyone that'll listen.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
It's really, truly a miracle.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details. Febreze.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hello, John here with Happy Hauler, your eco-friendly junk removal company. Did you know that all the viable items we remove are sorted, then distributed to low-income and transition housing? We proudly work with Solid Ground and also Mary's Place Make a Home program. Your unwanted items can have a second life, making a big impact for local people transitioning out of homelessness or escaping abusive situations. This holiday season, let's help those that need it most. Happy holidays, or should I say, happy holidays.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Minnesota leads Dallas 57-40 here with the AutoZone halftime report. Luka Doncic will not return to the game. Hey, ESPN Plus subscribers, get even more of the sports and teams you love. You can now stream 6 months of SiriusXM on us for even more live games, sports talk, music, and podcasts, all at your fingertips wherever you go. Score even more with ESPN Plus and get 6 months of the SiriusXM app today. You just need an active ESPN Plus subscription. Get all the details at espnplus.com/SiriusXM. Eligibility and offer details apply. Second half of the AAC is next. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio.
30 for 30 presents the New York Sack Exchange.
Flecko, Lyon, Salam, Gastineau.
If you hit a quarterback and if they got up, you didn't do your job.
They were a brotherhood.
There is no magic formula for controlling the New York Sack Exchange.
But brothers don't always play nice.
Flacco could not stand me.
I said, we're waiting all day for you.
Well, get down on the stairs.
I don't know what you were doing.
I'm still trying to forgive and forget.
Stream the New York Sack Exchange, now on ESPN Plus.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
With NBA League Pass, you can keep up with the whole league.
Wait, is this for real?
For real.
So I can choose from so many live games?
Yeah, up to 4 with multi-view.
And watch my favorite players dunk?
From every angle, home or away.
Wow,
Unbelievable. Believe it, kid. With NBA League Pass, it's all possible. NBA League Pass, your home for streaming hoops.
Only select out-of-market games available and local blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit nba.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
That'll do it for us on the AutoZone halftime report. Dallas 2 points on 0 of 10 shooting from the floor over the final 5:30 of the first half, and the news gets worse. Luka Doncic down for the rest of the game. Suffered a left calf strain when he left with 2.5 to play in the second quarter. So Mark Chestersher, PJ Carlissimo, Dallas down 17. No Luka Doncic the rest of the way. Back to you guys at American Airlines Center for the start of the second half.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be Kyrie Irving and a lot of other Dallas Mavericks, because we mentioned, PJ, in the 8 games that Luka has missed this year, they've won 6 of the 8, but it was the depth. It wasn't just Kyrie going off. It was the depth of the team. Luka missed back-to-back games against the Clippers earlier this week. He's had a number of maladies this year. He has not had a left calf strain in the regular year. He did deal with his calf, though, back in the preseason.
Yeah, the 8 games he missed, including the 2 last week, were not calf-related, but you go back to the preseason, he missed basically the entire preseason with that calf injury, which appears to have shown back up. But again, Luka, when he was playing, he led them in scoring. He had 14 points. That's not the problem. The Minnesota bench has been excellent. They've outscored the Mavs 18-5. Points off turnovers, 7-0 off the 7 Dallas turnovers. Points in the paint, 16-6. All these in favor of Minnesota. And the field goal percentages in three, but the shooting, that's the difference. Minnesota, 47% from the field, 33 for Dallas. Minnesota, I can't read, 47% also from 3, 33 from Dallas. So they're making shots. Dallas is not, and you kind of see it based on the assists. 16 Minnesota assists on 20 field goals. Dallas only has 7 assists on their 14 field goals.
Well, some of that spells out this outstanding Minnesota defense. They held Dallas to 16 second quarter points. The 40 points the Mavs have scored, their fewest in any half this season. And Dallas did not have a field goal over the final 5.5 minutes of the half. And to the positive side, Julius Randle, not only 11 points, PJ, but 7 assists, is most in any half this year. Ant-Man has 4 assists. They've done a really good job.
Yeah, they're moving the ball. And, you know, Kesty, you talked about it. They're just not. We came in saying they can't make a shot. We talked to Finchie about it. They haven't been able to do anything. That second game, when back-to-back against the Clippers, Luka missed both games with the heel injury. They beat him without Luka the second time. 8 players in double figures and 46 bench points. So they did it collectively. They didn't do it with anybody stepping up and going for a crazy number.
Third quarter getting underway. Minnesota attacking the basket to our left. Anthony Edwards will send it across up high to Conley. And now to Rudy Gobert. Creeps up toward the three-point line. Gets it to Anthony Edwards. Up on the angle right to Conley, who drives. Lifts it for Gobert, who grabs and stuffs. 12 points. 8 rebounds. Block shot for Rudy Gobert so far here today.
Rudy Gobert came alive late first half, and now tacks 2 more on. The last 8 Minnesota points has been Rudy Gobert.
This is a 19-point lead. The lead at halftime as Klay Thompson misses the shot. McDaniel secures the rebound. That 17-point spread, the second largest ever in the series between Minnesota and Dallas in favor of the Timberwolves. Here's Randle in the lane, falling away. A little late footer is no good, and Lively has the rebound.
Well, you would think Kyrie's got to show the way. He doesn't have to go for a huge number, but he's got to be the guy stepping up. There can't be long droughts.
Klay Thompson, who is tied with Reggie Miller, 5th all-time in threes, gives it up to Kyrie, defended by the long arm McDaniels, who takes him into the lane. Tough shot, no good, back eye. Tipped in, Derek Lively against Gobert that time, and a technical foul called against the bench.
And that's going back to the Luka Doncic not tucking his shirt in. That was the warning for delay a game. This was the payoff right there. Derek Lively, after he knocked it through, he's shaking his hand at the official. That's a bad play. He had a nice offensive rebound dunk, and then he just grabs the ball and kind of pushes it behind backboard support.
As Conley hits the technical free throw, Natalie Sago with that technical, and she was
She
also
had both
the
of
one
them. Yeah, she
who
had
called
both
the
of them.
delay on Luka, who had not tucked in his shirt. And now the Timberwolves will bring it full court with a 60-42 lead here in Dallas. The Christmas cheer has left the building for the moment here at American Airlines Center.
Extremely quiet building.
Just underway third quarter. Mike Conley, the 18-year veteran, playing on Christmas Day for just the second time. Drives in the lane, a little floater up and in for Mike Conley, and it's a 20-point Timberwolves lead here in Dallas.
Mike Conley's been struggling so far this year by his standards, which obviously are very high, but he has not shot the ball very well so far for Minnesota.
Derek Lively bumped. Oh, it's an offensive foul called on Kyrie Irving, who is trying to shed the screener on the big man and put his rump into it and got called for the personal foul.
Dallas needs something to get them going. They are just kind of appears to be sleepwalking against a more aggressive Minnesota team so far.
Timberwolves, like that kid on Christmas morning, opened up their favorite presents. They got a 20-point lead in the ball early third quarter. Julius Randle, Dallas native, backs down, spins, fades, connects. 22-point lead for the Timberwolves.
And Kesty, we should point out, like you, who flew in from Atlanta yesterday, was not a real good trip for Minnesota. They were diverted because of bad weather. Spent 2.5 hours in OKC before getting in here almost 6 o'clock last night.
Long day of travel. Timberwolves, though, don't mind the payoff if they get it, as Quentin Grimes buries a three from on high for Dallas. But unlike our producer, John Medani, I just sat on the plane on the tarmac. Mr. Medani had to white-knuckle it 3 hours up the highway from Austin, Texas yesterday.
The Wolves were not a real happy group when they checked in last night about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Julius Randle, another tough angled shot, baseline falling down, hits. 66-45 Timberwolves. Irving leans in, knocks home the 15-footer, was looking for contact. Didn't get the whistle. 9 minutes to go in the third.
Well, we said Julius Randle, for players born in Texas, talk about an obscure status. Mike Conley just throws in a lefty layup. Jay Kidd's going to be upset with his defense. They're getting really easy shots, and it's happening way too easily and repeatedly.
68-47 Minnesota. 8:40 to go in the third. Kyrie off balance and hits another three from the left wing.
Well, he's capable of getting him going, but they better quiet down Julius Randle. Started to say he's averaged 21 a game in his professional career against his hometown Mavs.
Flings one for Gobert, stepped on the baseline, turnover Minnesota. They've done a pretty good job taking care of the ball for the most part. That is their sixth turnover. And now a little shift change for Dallas. Looks like Gafford in, Lively out, and Klay Thompson also headed to the bench for Dallas.
Yeah, but the good news is those 6 turnovers, Dallas has yet to score off the turnovers, whereas the T-Wolves have 9 points off the Dallas turnovers already.
Yeah, Minnesota's done a great job there, and they haven't given up any second chance points. Here's Washington driving in the lane, floater off the iron, no tip, right back to PJ, and Washington flips it up and in.
How few times have you mentioned PJ Washington this afternoon, Kesty? Very quiet game for someone having an excellent year for the Mavs.
Dallas down 16. They were down 22 a short time ago. Randall fires it to Edwards. Somehow got there. Right wing. Guarded by Grimes. Good defensive player. 7 to shoot. And off the dribble. Free throw line. Ducks in. Pushed it up from 14 and knocked it home.
Well, it was a good individual move, and Quentin Grimes went for the pump fake. But again, Kesty, you look at the field goal attempts that Dallas has had, that Dallas has given up this half. A lot of easy shots.
70-52 Minnesota. Thompson corner three. No, offline. And it ends up in the hands of Julius Randle.
Badly offline.
Randle lobs for Gobert, who grabs and stuffs like he's grabbing a Nerf and throwing it down on a Christmas morn. Another easy basket and a timeout called by Jason Kidd.
The shot chart for this period is all around the rim or a wide open three. The quality of the shots that Minnesota's getting are way, way too easy for Jay Kidd's liking.
And the lead is back to 20 as we step away. Minnesota 72. Dallas Mavericks 52 with 7:16 to go in the third. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
What's your holiday tradition?
Now, if you're like me, it involves gathering around a big meal to celebrate. Well, what if there's no food on the table? Hey, it's G Scott. This year, help someone less fortunate celebrate the holidays by supporting Nourishing Neighbors. The Nourishing Neighbors program provides grocery cards to the people who are the most impacted by food insecurity. So make a donation next time that you're at Safeway and help make sure everyone is welcome at the table for the holidays. Go to nourishingneighbors.com to learn more.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Well, Black Friday and Cyber Monday might be over, but it's the season of savings at all 6 Harnish Auto Family dealerships. Take the driver's seat to savings while supplies last on all 2024 models. The Harnish Auto Family has 22 acres of inventory filled with the most popular trucks, SUVs, EVs, and cars from the brands you know and love. Visit HarnishAutoFamily.com or head to Chevrolet and Kia of Everett or Volkswagen, Subaru, and Chevrolet Buick GMC at Puyallup and tell them I sent you. We are the Harnish Auto Family, where people matter.
I'm Kevin Hunter. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma.
Time now for today's trivia question brought to you by Dr. Pepper. It's not bowl season without the delicious taste of an ice cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. The NBA playing on Christmas Day for the 77th consecutive year. Which team has the longest active streak of appearing on Christmas Day in the NBA? Give it the answer coming up. Kesty, PJ, back to you guys in Dallas.
We had a football one where Kevin tried to stump us, and I said just by putting enough tickets in, I went with Alabama. Just because the Knicks play every year, right? But they haven't always been great, so maybe I'm wrong there. Could be wrong there.
I'll tell you who.
Probably wrong there.
It's not Kevin's question, but Dante DiVincenzo has got a leg up on his 4th straight win with 4 different teams on Christmas Day.
Right out of the timeout, Kyrie Irving rises and hits on a 3-pointer. Dallas was down 20 at the timeout, down 17. And an offensive foul, Julius Randle clearing out Kyrie Irving up high. So a chance for a little Mavs momentum here. Mavs are not having problem making shots. It's on the other end of the floor.
No, without question. But they started 6 for 10. That's pretty good, except your opponent's 7 for 8.
And none of the shots have been farther than
shots.
15 feet.
Easy shots.
Here's Kyrie, just had a 3-pointer, guarded by Randall on the right, loops one to the left to Washington. PJ drives, lost it, picked up by Conley.
Team's trading turnovers now.
Mike Conley, left-hand dribble front court, finds Edwards on the left angle, looking for Randall, goes over the top with Kyrie defending. Randall's got it, baseline left. One dribble in, pass to Conley, quick pass corner, McDaniels. He buries a 3. Great ball movement by Minnesota.
Jaden McDaniels was 1 for 5, first 5.5 minutes of the first quarter, had not taken a shot since then.
Might be the best offense Minnesota's played this year. 75-55 lead, and Kyrie Irving, he's instant offense for Dallas, buries another 3.
I said it didn't necessarily have to be one guy trying to replace Luka, but if it's going to be one, that's the right guy.
You're just joining us. Luka left late first half with a calf strain, will not return. 75-58 Minnesota on the road in Dallas. 5:50 to go third quarter. Ant-Man free, launches for 3 and connects. Anthony Edwards in his Christmas debut has 18 points.
He's liking Christmas so far. Kyrie, meantime, has 11 of the last 13 points for the Mavs.
Najee Marshall gets one.
Make it 11 out of 15.
Little 5-footer that rolled through, 78-60. Dallas still down 18 points. Anthony Edwards dribbles toward the post on the right, sends it over to Randall, a lefty three, good. Julius Randle with a three of the Dallas native up to 18.
I think this is more what the Wolves envisioned with Julius Randle fitting in, and he and Ant-Man have it going in a really complimentary, impressive manner so far.
On a huge stage, Christmas Day. And a must-win, it feels like, having lost 3 in a row, Minnesota. Here's Quentin Grimes for Dallas. Off-balance baseline. No. Into the hands of Randall. Gafford slow to get up. 5-on-4 T-Wolves. Randall, left side, Edwards. Edwards can't get the 3 off. Najee Marshall recovered. 4:40 to go here in the third. Pass to Randall up high. Julius goes between the legs against Gafford. Now off the bounce to the left. Got deep. Turns fade. Blocked by Gafford. Comes out to Edwards 3 to shoot. Anthony with 1. Shoots at the free throw line. Missed it. Tapped high in the air by McDaniels. And the loose ball comes down to the Mavs. Kyrie Irving. Front court pass to Najee Marshall. Former Pelican into the lane. Drives. High arcing shot. No good. And ripped off the rebound. Jaden McDaniels. And Chris Finch calls for a timeout as he ran up to official Kevin Cutler to get the timeout at 4:15 to go here in the third.
I think he's a little bit more concerned with the defense now. The offense has really not been a problem, but he wants to get his guys refocused on the defensive end.
Timberwolves have lost 3 in a row. The last 3 all by double digits. They're in a 3-way tie for 9th in the West, but they're up 21 in Dallas. 81-60 Minnesota. 4:15 to play third quarter. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
I'm Kevin Winter inside of Granger Studio. 4:15 to go, third quarter. It is all Minnesota. Time now to answer our Dr. Pepper trivia question. Which team has the longest active streak of playing on Christmas Day? Mark Kester sure went with the Knicks. Lakers have played 26 consecutive Christmas Day games. Today will be their 27th. The streak started back in 1999. Chesty, PJ, back to you.
Beaten again. That was my second choice. Wasn't the Knicks? It was the Lakers. Got us. Meanwhile, if you're a Minnesota Timberwolves fan frustrated by lack of offense this season, this is the game for you on Christmas Day. If this was your present to unwrap, Chris Finch has to be happy with us seeing nearly 3/4 of this game.
How about when they're shooting .536 from the field and .542? They're shooting better from 3 than they are from 2, and they're also throwing in 89% from the free throw line.
An offensive third quarter for both teams.
All you got to do, typical NBA, get your flight diverted 2.5 hours, get in at 6 o'clock, coming off a terrible loss where you blow a lead in the fourth quarter.
Anthony Edwards, short fadeaway baseline jumper is missed. Rebounded by P.J. Washington. Brings it hard into the front court. Gives to Dinwiddie. Trailing three. Missed it. But an offensive rebound. They send it outside to Washington. He lifts for three. Another miss from three-point land for Dallas. Rebounded by Edwards.
P.J. Washington having himself a tough Christmas afternoon so far.
Without Luka, they can't come back without him getting involved. Here's DiVincenzo scoops it over to Alexander Walker. His three's good, and Minnesota's incredible Christmas Day offensive explosion continues.
Dante DiVincenzo is a very, very good passer.
84-60, Minnesota, 24-point lead, their biggest of the afternoon. 3:20 to go, third quarter. The crowd watching in silence. Just the music making noise right now.
Well, Kesty, we talked about all the easy shots they were getting as Dinwiddie goes in and just misses a layup. They were all 2-point field goals for Minnesota. How about their last 4 are all threes? Now they're cooking outside to complement their inside game.
And you could just see in their face, including Anthony Edwards, such a different look right now than the last few weeks. As Edwards drives through the lane, sends it out to Alexander Walker, 5 to shoot, pitches to DiVincenzo with 3, drives with the left hand, got deep, goes to the right hand, flips it up, and down it goes for Dante DiVincenzo. They are running on all cylinders here on the 25th of December, 86-60, Minnesota.
Like a team that won 56 games last year.
Here's Marshall putting it up, missed it, rebounded by Gobert.
2 point-blank misses the last 2 possessions for the Mavs.
Last year, Minnesota won the regular season series 3-1, but famously, Dallas won the conference finals over the T-Wolves in 5.
4-1, yeah.
Edwards drives, left hand, hook off the glass, up and in. 88-60 Minnesota, and Anthony Edwards has a 20-point game in his Christmas debut. Grimes gets deep, layup, hugs the rim, and goes down for Dallas.
Ant-Man also had a very disdainful look toward the Minnesota bench after that last finish, like I'm reading into it like nobody can guard me.
Anthony Edwards dribbling off the top, warding off the defender. Quentin Grimes now backs off beyond the three-point line.
A lot of dribbling by Ant-Man this possession.
Going one-on-one here. Shot clock at 3. Edwards drives, mid-post jumper, up, no good. Rebounded by Dallas.
Chris Finch cannot like that possession.
First time that offense came to a grinding halt. Yep. And here's a steal by Ant Edwards on the other end. 2-on-1 Minnesota. Alexander Walker lays it in, and the lead extends to 28. Down floor, Grimes, cherry picking, was all alone. Took the long pass and scored easily.
Yeah, Quentin Grimes never got back on defense.
90-64 Timberwolves. DiVincenzo drives to the corner. Alexander Walker missing a triple. Weak side Najee Marshall has it for Dallas. 1 minute to go here in the third. P.J. Washington on top to Grimes. Got Gobert defending. Tries to drive right by him. Pass to the corner. Maxi Kleba has it. 9 to shoot. They'll work it to Dinwiddie. Drives down the lane. Cross-court pass Washington with 5. P.J. finds Kleba left angle. Got to get a shot off. It's a 3, and it goes in and out and back in again.
But Minnesota, Dallas's problems are on the defensive end right now. Timberwolves have 90 points, Tessie. I thought they were going to get 100 through the third quarter the way it started.
The team that is in the lower third in scoring this year, Minnesota, sitting at 90 here. Here's Edwards, a deep 2, no, rebounded by Grimes. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
A little bit like a 3-second differential. They can't quite wind it all the way down.
Dallas trailing by 23 late in the third.
Check the fouls on both teams so far this quarter.
0.0. Little Animal House action. 3 to shoot, inside, foul, shot no good. Najee Marshall will get to the line.
It's unusual. I looked up to see whether there was a foul to give, and it kind of appears both teams had a foul to give. No fouls were called this quarter until that whistle right there.
You don't see it often. I can't remember the last time I saw no fouls each way in a quarter, but one of the reasons the NBA has that rule, you only get to give 1 in the last 2 minutes.
I can't read the bottom of the scoreboard the way it is. Like you don't know which team is which. You know on top, but then they have the 90 and 67.
That's the only way I know.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was a close game, I'd have no clue. But it says 90 to 67. We know who's leading here, Minnesota. as Rudy Gobert will check out with 4.6 to go in the third. Josh Minott will head back into the Minnesota lineup.
This is first time I ever recall saying this. Minnesota is going to come down. They got 4.6 seconds to go. Dallas, if they choose, have 5 fouls to give. Really only one in the final 2 minutes.
In the college game, they'd have 5 fouls
yet
to give.
to commit a foul.
Marshall hits the free throws, 21-point game. 4.6 to go. Minnesota leading inbound Edwards. Edwards at half court with 2. Edwards being trailed, gets to the three-point line, gets off the shot, missed it. And that's 3 quarters in the books and 3 impressive quarters by the Timberwolves, who have 90 on the board and a 21-point lead headed to the fourth.
Well, they're humming on both ends, and as often is the case, we say it's simplistic. When you put the ball in the basket and the other team has to take the ball out of bounds, they have to play more against your set defense. That's happening today for Minnesota. Last 3 games, they've shot it so poorly that they've just been backpedaling, playing transition defense, and as a result, they've struggled. Not so far this afternoon.
Anthony Edwards with 20, Minnesota 90, Dallas 68. To the fourth we go next. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
70,000 people are here, and Bob Dylan is the reason for it.
Inspired by the true story.
For anyone who's going to hold your attention on a stage, it's kind of be a freak.
Are you a freak?
Hope so.
And starring Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. He defied everyone.
Turn it down!
Play loud!
To change everything.
Make some noise, BD.
Timothée Chalamet, Edward Norton, Elle Fanning, Monica Barbaro. A complete unknown. Now playing only in theaters. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent.
NBA All-Star voting presented by AT&T is open now.
My favorite time of the year.
And this year, folks, NBA All-Star is back with a brand new twist. 4 teams, single elimination.
I like that, Ernie.
Oh, I'm ready.
So make your voice heard and vote for your All-Stars every day. You could even win a trip to watch the game live.
I know my picks will be way better than Chuck's. Stop lying, Shaq.
NBA All-Star voting presented by AT&T is now open. Head to NBA.com/vote and pick your All-Stars today.
I'm Kevin Hunter inside our Granger studio with the NBA on ESPN Radio. Coming up at the top of the hour on ABC television, it'll be game 3 of 5 here on this Christmas Day. Philadelphia and Boston from TD Garden. The Celtics will not have Drew Holiday. Joel Embiid is expected to play. Sixers and Celtics, followed by the Lakers and Golden State Warriors at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Denver and Phoenix will cap out the night. The 5 games here on Christmas Day. Here in Dallas, Minnesota 90, Mavericks 68. The Timberwolves putting up 64 combined points over the last 2 quarters. They have the 22-point lead as we make the turn for home. Back to American Airlines Center with PJ Carlissimo. Here's Mark Kestisher.
Kev, to me, that's the big number, PJ, that Minnesota has 30-point quarters back-to-back. They have struggled to hit those kind of marks.
They outscored them 33-28. It was a defense-optional quarter. Minnesota 64%, 53% for Dallas. Minnesota 67 from 3, Dallas 57. All offense, no defense, 1 foul committed. Very entertaining offensive quarter.
And Luka Doncic did not play in the third and is not returning to the game today. Left late in the first half, about the 2.5-minute mark, with a strained left calf. Kyrie Irving trying his best to keep them in the game. He had 11 third-quarter points. But Minnesota leads 90-68, and it's Dallas ball to open this fourth quarter. Backing the basket to our right, it's Irving. Slipped on the crossover. Now drives underneath. Reverse layup, good, and one. He's incredible. Against the size that was defending the rim, his ability to get it to the basket and withstand contact is incredible.
I thought he went underneath, behind the backboard, shot it from the opposite side with his right hand.
Foul was attributed to Naz Reid, his first. Kyrie Irving, 12 second-half points, 26 points in the game, is most of any player today, and he adds another three-point play. Gets it down to 19 point, the differential Minnesota Storm front.
He needs a lot more help like he got on Saturday against the Clippers when Dallas had 8 players in double figures with no Luka Doncic available.
DiVincenzo leaves it for Randall. Randall season high 8 assists, backing down into the post. Turns, fades, lefty shot, air ball, Lively the rebound. Everybody makes a run in the NBA. Can Dallas come all the way back? Irving takes it coast to coast and one. Goes careening over the baseline. A chance for back-to-back three-point plays to open the fourth quarter.
Well, some real interesting after-3 numbers. Dallas Mavericks are 18-0 when they lead after 3. They're 1-10 when they trail after 3. Obviously, they trail by a boatload. Minnesota, though, interesting. 12-4 when they lead after 3. That sounds pretty good. But it's not. It's the second poorest in the league. Toronto's the only team with 7 times where they've led after 3 have lost. Minnesota's lost 4 times when they've led after 3. They're 12-4.
Chris Finch making an early change, getting defender Jaden McDaniels into the game for Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Back-to-back three-point plays right here by Kyrie.
Bang, hits the free throw. He's got 6 points on the three-point plays, and it's a 16-point game. Minnesota 90-74. Here's Dante DiVincenzo on his horse through the lane. Pass to McDaniels, corner left. Spins, flips it back to Dante for 3. Missed it. Rebound, P.J. Washington.
Quick release on that 3. I think whoa, block right there. Good
Kyrie,
substitution.
blocked by McDaniels.
Yes,
That's
it was.
exactly why he brought him into the game, to defend Kyrie. Now from the far right side, Dante DiVincenzo. Dribbling around Lively, into the lane, attacking the basket, blocked by Lively, and a whistle and a foul after Randall came up with the loose ball. P.J. Washington circling his fingers to say maybe we should challenge this. Dallas still has a challenge. They had a successful challenge early as Maxey gets tagged with the foul. Maxey Kleba.
Well, P.J. fouled him before the shot. Great block by Lively. And when he first got the ball, he fouled Julius Randle. Then when Julius went up for the shot, I don't think they fouled him.
Jason Kidd never looked back at his assistants as Randle misses on the first of 2 free throws. Julius Randle
in Philadelphia or somewhere.
Where's Rashid?
In the distance,
on this Christmas
Rashid is
day.
going, ball don't lie.
Well, some folks, only a few, headed to the exits after the third quarter. Might have those red taillights in the distance. Can we get back in?
Yeah.
As Randall splits the pair, 91-74. Minnesota leads by 17.
They went home to open their presents. Didn't want to wait till later.
10:30 to go, fourth quarter, Christmas Day in Dallas. Kyrie Irving, 30 points working. Drives against DiVincenzo, pulls back, whistle. Travel, turnover on Dallas.
Lot of bouncing the ball in that possession is good. I mean, there's only maybe one other player in the league that bounces it as well as Kyrie, but anybody that holds onto the ball that long, it's really easy for the other team to help out.
Kyrie having a spirited discussion with Natalie Sago as Kyrie waits back on the defensive end. Minnesota up 17 in possession. Naz Reid's going to drive hard on Lively. Muscles it up, no good. Ball tip. Thompson's got it for Dallas. Outlet Washington, 3-on-3, quickly down floor. PJ wraparound layup is good. Dallas's offense firing now, and Chris Finch wants to slow it down. He calls for a Timberwolves timeout.
Well, it was 90-68, so quick math, 8-1 start. Julius Randle split the pair. That's the only point so far for the T-Wolves this period.
Dallas down 15, timeout, 10:04 to go. Fourth quarter from Dallas. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Seattle Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see.
It's America.
It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens.
It's America.
It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Febreze.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
This year, American farmers will harvest 2.8 billion bushels of wheat and 15.1 billion bushels of corn. And to this day, American road workers have built 4.2 million miles of roads and counting. We're proud that John Deere machines rolling off the line here in the USA play a part in supporting Americans who work the land and build a better tomorrow. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/manufacturing.
Kevin Richard coming up top of the hour. Game 3 of the 5-game slate. ABC, ESPN. It's Celtics and the Sixers. We go inside the numbers with Boston's volume 3-point shooting this year. Brought to you by My Computer Career. Find a more recession-resistant career in cybersecurity or AI. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu. Celtics average 18.3 makes from distance this year per game. The record is 16.7. They attempt 50.4 threes per game. The current record is 45. Boston is on pace to shatter many three-point records. That's coming up the top of the hour. Right now, Dallas on a 14-1 run, trying to claw back into this. Casty, PJ, back to you.
Yeah, late third quarter, Kev, Dallas was down 28, and PJ, now they got it down to 15 with a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, 14-1 run will do that for you. Minnesota 0 for 4 so far in the fourth. Dallas 3 for 4. Kyrie's got 6 of those 8 points. You tack an 8-1 start on that 6-0 run to finish the quarter. They're on the verge of getting back in this one.
Anthony Edwards still not on the floor for Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels is dribbling, terminates against Kyrie near half court, gives it up to Conley. Mike Conley drives, passes out. Reed has it left corner against Cleveland. Travel called on Naz Reed, who argues with Natalie Sago. Has been hearing a lot from both teams so far today.
You look out at this team that's on the floor for Minnesota, Kessie, and you wonder where the offense is coming from. Rudy Gobert, Michael Conley's been struggling. It's got to be DiVincenzo or Naz Reed. Jaden McDaniels more noted for his defense.
Vinci brought McDaniels in early. May have to bring Edwards as well. Here's Thompson driving. Thompson leaves it for Lively. Little too high, but Derek ends up with it anyway and puts it in.
I don't remember them missing 3 lob passes to Derek Lively the entire playoffs last year. 3 times tonight they've not connected on the lob to Lively.
The lead is down to 13 now. A 16-1 run for Dallas. Shana's defense here with Conley dribbling outside the arc right. Finds Reed, trailing in the corner, drives into the lane, throws it up against 2 defenders and puts it in.
Naz Reed, little lefty baby hook. He likes that going to the basket. And look who's sitting in front of us at the scorer's table getting ready to come back in.
That would be Anta Claus, Ant Edwards right now for Minnesota, waiting next dead ball. Klay Thompson lines up a 3 and connects, passing Reggie Miller into 5th place all time in 3-pointers. Moreover, makes it a 12-point game. Minnesota leading 93-81, flipping it up and in. Mike Conley quiets the crowd with 8:30 to go. 95-81 Minnesota. Kyrie Irving drives, dishes. Washington flip shot, no. Got his own rebound. DiVincenzo nearly ripped it away. And the call on the baseline is off of DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he said Dante had a foot out of bounds when he tried to grab at him. Good call by David Guthrie there on the baseline. A lot of time left right now. Edwards in, Michael Conley out for the T-Wolves.
Anthony Edwards, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on Christmas Day. Only Jimmy Butler did that for Minnesota on Christmas Day back in 17. Here's Kleba, three-pointer, good. Maxi Kleba hits a 3 from the left wing, and the Mavericks comeback continues, down 11. 95-84 Minnesota.
Well, it's not 19-1 the run ended, but I'll tell you what, it's still spectacular.
Anthony Edwards from the top, dribbles into the lane, hangs, shot knocked away, it's loose over the end. They'll say last touch by Dallas.
P.J. Washington with an excellent block. Ant-Man went up in the air, pumped it one time, and P.J. Washington came from behind him and got all ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Anthony Edwards will be the inbounder. Slight delay as they wipe up the moisture, and now Edwards will inbound it. Top of the key. Right back to Edwards. Corner, DiVincenzo, 3, in and out. Rebounded by Kleba.
Dante did not miss too many of those open threes last year for New York.
Kyrie Irving working on the left. Can Dallas get it into single digits? No look pass, down low to Lively. A lot of bodies there. Gobert deflected it away.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert shaking his head like the Dikembe finger, like, no, not on my watch.
Here's Edwards driving on Lively. Layup is good. Anthony Edwards with 22. And it feels like a big hit. Minnesota up 13.
Yeah, and Ant-Man this year's taken more threes. He's taken the most threes and made the most threes in the league. He's not scoring quite as many paint points.
Kyrie Irving dribbling across the top. 7 minutes to go in the game, and a foul on the perimeter by DiVincenzo against Irving. That is the third team foul against Minnesota.
Minnesota committed as in 0 team fouls in the third period. They're up to 3 already with 7 minutes plus still remaining.
The Mavericks were down 28 points with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. They're down 13 now with 7:08 to go, and on the inbounds, near steal, Gobert taps it out. Dallas will try again a little farther away from the basket. 97-84 Minnesota. Now the crowd getting on Rudy Gobert. These two teams met 5 times in the Western Conference Finals. There was no love lost. Dallas beat the T-Wolves on their way to their first finals since 2011. They fell short against Boston. Off the inbound, Kyrie Irving, free throw line into the lane, hangs and hits. Kyrie Irving, 32, carrying the Mavericks back in this one. Down 11 is Dallas, 6:50 to go. Anthony Edwards tries to steady Minnesota. Slow dribble, terminates, gets it back on the logo. Dribbles at the three-point line, knocked away. Washington comes up with a steal. His pass nearly taken away, and now Dallas turns it over. Here's McDaniels, puts it up, missed it, rebounded by Washington. McDaniels nearly got it, tipped it out. Dallas very fortunate that Minnesota didn't score there.
Chris Finch is talking to Kevin Cutler saying, how did he miss that layup? He missed it because he got fouled. Dayton McDaniels going to the basket. I don't know, because they traded turnovers and it looked like Minnesota was going to stave the onslaught, but no.
Here's Washington, drives deep. Gobert in the way, knocked it away. PJ comes up with it. To Kleba on the wing. Hits Irving. Catch and shoot 3. Off the iron, missed, and DiVincenzo has the rebound.
Building would have exploded. That was a tough fadeaway shot off a dribble handoff.
Dallas has come close to getting into single digits, but has not yet. DiVincenzo from the right. Crossover on Kleba. Great spin move. Layup blocked by Lively. Ball trickles out of bounds, though. It'll stay with Minnesota. What a play by Derek Lively.
Yeah, Minnesota wants a goaltend, but I think it was a good play. I think Lively brought the ball to the board. We're watching the replay. Yes, he did. Exceptional block. P.J. Washington is limping as he heads to the bench.
And a tough day for P.J. Just 4 points in the ball game. This will be a tough angled inbounds for Minnesota. They get it into Anthony Edwards. 5 to shoot for the Ant-Man against Grimes with 3 on the perimeter. Now one dribble, takes a three, missed it. Randall, an offensive rebound and a fresh 14. Bodied by Klay Thompson on the perimeter. Randall takes Thompson into the lane, pulls his way in, turns, blocked from behind by Grimes, saved by Irving. Kyrie up ahead to Grimes. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Still down 11. They were down 28, Dallas. Irving has it, and a whistle before he launched a three-pointer. It was a timeout whistle called by Jason Kidd for Dallas to regroup.
Yeah, he likes where his team is at right now, wants to settle them down, saying, we're in good shape, guys. We need to make sure we get a good shot every time down. It's a heck of a block by Quentin Grimes. These guys were teammates in New York, no?
Yes, they were.
Came from behind and got Julius Randle.
5:32 to go, fourth quarter in Dallas. Crowd re-engaged. Minnesota, 97. Mavericks, 86. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
From inside our Granger studio, I'm Kevin Winter. I want to thank all of you who logged on to our social media accounts at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone in the Zone poll question. 22 points for Anthony Edwards on 9 of 20 shooting, his 6 boards, 5 assists. Luka Doncic left the game in the first half with a left calf strain. He has not returned. He will not return. Dallas once down 28 on a 24-7 run. They're down 11. Still an eternity left to go. 5.5 back to American Airlines Center. Mark Kessler, PJ Calissimo.
And Kev, we were wondering where the Dallas bench had been. They have come alive here. 16 second-half points. And, of course, Kyrie Irving's been the big contributor from the starting unit.
Yeah, that bench you talked about, Maxi Kleber and Najee Marshall, 5 points and 4 points, respectively, and Quentin Grimes has come alive also for the Mavs.
Dallas has not been within single digits in a while. They have a chance here. 5.5 to go. Inbound Kyrie Irving. Irving dribbling between the legs, now approaches three-point line to the free throw line, gets off a jumper and hits, and it's a 9-point game here in Dallas. Timberwolves lead was once 28.
I don't know what your analyst was talking about, Testy, when he said it doesn't have to be one guy stepping up. Kyrie obviously was not listening.
34 points, 21 in the second half for Kyrie Irving. Gobert down low, outside DiVincenzo. 3 is off the mark. Lively got pushed in the back on the rebound, and it's going the other way. Loose ball foul against Jaden McDaniels.
Dante DiVincenzo has missed 2 big shots. An open 3 from the left quarter, and that one right there. So far in this period, 0 for 4 Minnesota from the three-point line, 3 for 14 overall. Meantime, Dallas is 8 for 12 from the field.
We were lauding Minnesota's offense. It has come to a grinding halt. Here's Irving, long three. Wow, in and out from on top. Rebounded by McDaniels.
Two of those misses are those deep threes by Kyrie Irving.
Now time is starting to wind down. 4:40 to go in the game. Minnesota 97-88 lead. Anthony Edwards in control. Rises over Klay Thompson. His deep two is a miss. Tapped out. Klay's got it for Dallas.
Another no-pass possession, though. Bounce, 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 and shoot the ball.
Ice-cold shooting by Minnesota. Dallas trying to take advantage, down 9. Lively, the big man, holding up high, gives it to Kyrie. Kyrie against Edwards. Star Watch matchup here on Christmas Day. Kyrie goes to his right, pass is knocked into the backcourt by DiVincenzo, recovered by guards. 2 to shoot, he's three-quarter court away, tried to get off a heave, but not in time, and it's a shot clock violation. Dallas turns it over to Minnesota with 4:08 to go. T-Wolves 97, Mavericks 88. DiVincenzo and McDaniels. McDaniels had a long run, had to come in the first minute with Kyrie Irving getting those back-to-back three-point plays. Heads to the bench. Julius Randle with Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert. And now the Timberwolves, as they were getting set to inbound, call for a timeout here at 4:08 to go, fourth quarter. Minnesota 97, Dallas 88. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, our entire ESPN radio crew saying Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and we're delivering a little gift here coming down the stretch.
Yeah, we've got a heck of a second half, and I'll tell you what, I think the message from Chris Finch has got to be, hey, guys, you can't look to do it by yourself. We don't need a possession where we dribble, and then force up a shot. You got two excellent offensive players on the floor in Julius Randle and Ant-Man. I think they need to get back to, moving the ball a little bit. They're shooting, obviously, this quarter has been terrible so far for Minnesota. Only three made, like 16 attempts. So they need to get back to moving the ball a little bit and not bouncing it as much. Yeah, Ant-Man or Julius Randle can still be the guys shooting the ball, but hopefully they do it after a couple passes and get some assists like they had in the first three quarters.
Yeah, it seemed like when Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards were breaking down the defense and finding Rudy Gobert on lobs, catches at the rim, and dunks, that's when this offense was really at its peak.
3 for 15 so far in the fourth quarter for Minnesota. That's obviously not going to get it done, even when you had at one point a 28-point lead. And compounding it, of course, on the defensive end, Dallas Mavericks shooting very, very well. They're 8 for 13, led by Kyrie.
Minnesota trying to snap a 3-game skid. They're 500 on Christmas Day, 14-14. Last year this time, they were 22-6. But their lead is down to 9. Inbound to Anthony Edwards. We cross 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Conley was setting a high screen. Now Gobert does the honors. Here's Edwards going to the left. Knocked away by Klay Thompson on the steal.
Klay Thompson's always been a good defender. He's not quite as gifted athletically anymore, but he's still smart and knows how to defend.
Kyrie Irving, 21 points since Luka Doncic went down. Drives on Conley. Tough angled shot. The whistle and one. Tossed it up. It circled the rim and went down. And Kyrie Irving a chance for his third three-point play of the fourth quarter. The lead is down to 7.
Well, I was wrong. That last Minnesota possession, it ended up being a pick and roll for Ant-Man, but again, it didn't touch too many other players. It's hard when the other team's defense is focused upon you, and right now, the major concern for the Dallas defense is Ant-Man.
36 for Kyrie, make it 37, and 13 of them coming in this fourth quarter. 97-91. We got a two-possession game, PJ, with 3:35 to go.
Yes, we do, and we need Minnesota to execute on the offensive end if you're a T-Wolves fan.
Here's Randle on the left against Kleba. Takes him baseline. Cut off nicely by Maxey. Now goes up the post. Spins, fakes. Tried to duck under. Maxey staying right on him. Lifted up with the right hand and got it off the glass for Julius Randle.
Jason Kidd is telling Natalie Sago that was 3 seconds. You can't be in the lane that long. I think he's got a good point.
99-91, Minnesota. From the right corner, P.J. Washington drives, poked away but out of bounds by Randall.
Oh, she pointed the wrong way.
Whoa, hang on a sec. Natalie Sego's awarding the ball to the Timberwolves. Jason Kidd is stomping down the court, and so is Kevin Cutler. I think he also saw Randall touch it last. And now they'll reverse the call.
Yeah, she pointed the wrong way or else had the wrong call. They got it straightened out.
3:04 on the clock.
Non-3-second call on the other end, Kesh.
Inbound, Irving. Thompson's three, no good. Back iron, offensive rebound. Lively, backdoor feed, Kyrie. Nothing underneath. Goes to the wing, Washington. P.J. knocks down a triple. 2:53 to go. The Mavericks within 5.
His first three-pointer of the day. Picked a good time. Jaden McDaniels laboring coming up the floor.
Crowd on his feet now. One's down 28. Dallas within 5. Anthony Edwards with it. 2:35 to go. On top, left-hand dribble, Lively defending. Crosses to the left, darts down the lane, pass to the corner, Conley with 2. Conley with 1, a running hook shot off the rim, pulls off, Lively tips it to the corner, can't get it, but Kleba does. Conley fell down on the other end, so numbers for Dallas. Ball
2
goes
guys
out of
down,
bounds.
and Lively's hurt.
Out of bounds, Dallas keeps. Last touch by Minnesota, Lively's up, and that right leg looks like it's bothering him as he tries to jog it off.
Timeout by Chris Finch. Michael Conley got knocked down. He and Derek Lively collided. Both of them ended up on the floor. Lively appeared to have gotten the worst of the situation.
I don't know if that was a Charlie horse. Maybe took a knee to that inner thigh, but they're checking that.
Deion Calhoun, the trainer, working on him right now.
Lively's kind of laughing and shaking his head. It's good to be 20 years old, right? When you get injured like that, maybe you could shake it off.
Absolutely, Derek Lively.
So we have a Minnesota coach's challenge here on the out-of-bounds call. Dallas took a challenge earlier in the ball game. Jason Kidd had it reversed and kept it. We're watching the replay on the collision as Conley went into the thigh of Derek Lively, who immediately grabbed that right thigh as he went careening. Now we're going to get a look at what the officials are reviewing. Kyrie passed it. The question is, was the ball tipped? He was trying to find Klay Thompson in the corner. Missed him by a wide margin. I couldn't tell from the first replay that I saw.
It looked like it changed direction. I'd love to see another replay. We always have the option of watching.
We got an overhead view.
Nope.
I don't think anyone from Minnesota touched that.
No, I agree.
I think Kyrie just lost a handle on it, was bobbling it a little bit, and never directed it where he wanted to for Klay. It kind of came out of his hand funny, almost like the left hand. He almost had a thumb on it.
I did. Julius Randle's the only one who could have deflected, and I did not see him raise his hand or make contact with the ball.
I would think Minnesota's going to win this challenge and get the ball back and keep a timeout.
Well, they're looking at it. They got help from Secaucus, Matt Boland, Scott Twardowski, and Brandon Schwab spending their Christmas Day in the replay center.
No better place to spend your Christmas Day.
Exactly.
32-9 Dallas run since they were down 28 points with 1:23 to go in the third quarter. It's Minnesota 99, Dallas 94. The out of bounds was awarded to the Mavericks.
Here comes David Guthrie.
After replay review, there is illegal contact across the forearm of Irving.
Proximate foul.
To be passed out of bounds. Therefore, the challenge will be unsuccessful. A personal foul will be assessed to the defender, McDaniels, and Irving will shoot the penalty. Wow. 2 free throws.
That's the change this year on those out-of-bounds plays. You can look at what's called a proximate foul because of last year in the playoffs, remember? Why did I lose it out of bounds? Because somebody fouled me.
I'll tell you what, it's coming into play. It can only happen on an out-of-bounds review that's challenged, and it's got to be proximate. It's got to have been caused, and that's what caused. The interpretation is that's what caused Kyrie's pass to go out of bounds.
So 2 free throws with the clock stopped at 2:18 to go. First one's good. If he makes this one, we'll have a one-possession game. It's 99-95. Kyrie Irving has 14 of his 38 points here in this fourth quarter.
There's 25 points of the 28-point lead have now been erased.
He's outscored Minnesota by himself 15-9 in this quarter.
In the fourth.
34-9 run since late in the third. Minnesota's lead is down to 3. 99-96, 2:10 to go. Conley dribbles to the right. Now comes back around the top, passes. Randall's got it on the left 10 to shoot. Off the dribble against Kleba. Cut off again in the mid-post. Backing down Kleba. Turns. Passes out with 2 to shoot to Conley for 3. Front rims it. Rebounded by Irving.
Second possession, Michael Conley's taking a shot. That's not who Minnesota wants to be shooting the ball in this situation.
Dallas down 3, 1:40 to go. Kyrie Irving passes to Thompson. Gives it up in the corner. Washington for the tie. Missed it. Offensive rebound. No, it's a push by Kleba. And a loose ball foul against Dallas. That is only they're not over the limit. Minnesota has 5.
Second,
yep, only the second on Dallas.
Second and first in the last 2 minutes. So going forward, both teams in the bonus.
Minnesota clinging to the lead. 99-96. We're under 90 seconds to go. Anthony Edwards in his Christmas Day debut. 22 points working. Dribbling against Washington. Now attacks off the dribble. Fades from 15. Banks it home. Anthony Edwards with 1:15 to play.
Excellent one-on-one move. Created the bank jump shot, about a 14-footer from the hitman.
101-96. They're going to not let Irving beat them.
They double-teamed him.
Pass to Thompson. Three-pointer's good! Klay Thompson makes it a 2-point game with 1 minute to go here in Dallas.
Well, they got the ball out of Kyrie's hand, but the guy who's made more threes than everybody but 4 other players in NBA history.
Edwards driving down to the baseline left, ducks under, ball tipped away. Thompson comes up with it. Dallas can tie it or take the lead on a long one. Jason Kidd's going to call a timeout. What a Christmas turnaround here in Dallas. Once down 28. Mavericks have it, trailing the T-Wolves 101-99 with 48 seconds to play.
Exceptional defensive quarter by the Dallas Mavericks. Last possession, a perfect example. Ant-Man penetrated, and the pressure on the ball, the deflection, caused the turnover. Only in the NBA.
Well, we said everybody makes a comeback. I was only half kidding early in the fourth quarter. They were down, the Mavericks, by 22 points at the start of the fourth. It was 90-68. Minnesota was getting every shot it wanted, got them within 15 feet or less. And then the Mavericks have turned it all around. The Mavs trailed by 22 entering the fourth quarter. If they could come back and win, this would be the largest comeback entering the fourth quarter in Mavericks history, and the largest comeback entering a fourth quarter by any team on Christmas all time.
2 for 17 so far in this quarter. 2 for 17, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Wow. Well, we bragged on their offense, which has struggled all season long. Finally came out of their slumbers, but then this fourth quarter happened.
Well, this hasn't been a Dallas trade either. Dallas has been 1-10 this year when they trail after 3. They've only come from behind 1 time in the fourth quarter this entire season.
The Dallas Mavericks have outscored Minnesota 31-11 here in this fourth quarter.
2-for-1 situation. Teams aren't as big on it fourth quarter, Kesky, but nonetheless, the opportunity's there.
Dallas down 2. Kyrie rises from 3. Missed it short. Long rebound. Anthony Edwards has it with 30 seconds to go.
But Dallas is going to get the ball back for the final possession.
Anthony Edwards will milk the clock. Standing dribble inside a half court. About 10 seconds difference. 20 seconds to go in the game. Now explodes down the lane. Layup's good. Anthony Edwards makes it a 4-point T-Wolves lead. 18 seconds to go. Timeout Dallas.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get a tech. He is chirping at Kevin Cutler because he wanted an and one. Kevin Cutler walked away, which was very nice. That could have been a technical foul.
Mike Conley trying to take up the discussion. Kevin Cutler put a hand up to him and said, I don't need to hear any more of this. David Guthrie, the lead official. But the bigger picture, Anthony Edwards scoring a big, huge bucket to make it a 2-possession game. 103-99 Minnesota. Edwards with 26 points.
How about 3? That makes Minnesota 3 for 18 so far in this quarter.
Huge hit for Edwards with 18.6 to go. All right, so two-possession game. Take us inside of Jason Kidd's huddle here. What's he drawing up?
Guys, we don't need a three, but we do need to score rather quickly. We need a quick bucket, like within 5 or 6 seconds. Does not have to be a three. We don't need to settle for a three. Both teams are in the bonus. No timeout left. If I'm reading the scoreboard, which I've had trouble all game, that was Dallas's final timeout.
Minnesota has one.
So even more reason why it has to happen quickly. If they're going to play the foul game, they don't have the luxury of advancing the ball. So we need a bucket within 5 or 6 seconds. If we don't steal the inbounds pass, provided Minnesota doesn't take a timeout, we need to foul quickly.
18.6, ball handed to P.J. Washington. Inbounding sideline left, looking, count is out, got to get it in.
Wow.
Knocked away by McDaniels.